Hey everybody, welcome in. That's bright. I'm fixing that right away. There you go. Camera's all fixed. Welcome in, folks. Good evening. Starting from the top. Welcome in, Vorps, Ales and Scales, Harmony Cadenza, Soda Pop, Chris Beats. Okay, we got the D&D crew in here. Me Aves, welcome in. Morty, thank you for swinging by as well. Mystics, Morty. Mystics Wolf, thank you as well. Crafting and watching Korean. Okay, cool. I respect it. I appreciate you. Why is Soda Pop confused?
You gotta shove it up your butt, Morty.
I'm not gonna do that. Time is creep. There you go. So thank you everyone coming in. We are the Cross Country Compatriots. These are my friends. I am Rusty Tonics, and yeah, no, it's been a exciting week since last we left off. A couple new adjustments to the stream. We're moving our Wednesday stream forward by back by an hour or two. I'm gonna kind of decide this Wednesday because I'm working till 4 a.m. on Tuesday nights now, so I might just want to sleep in a little more on those days. But other than that, regular time for everything else. Unfortunately, Hell's Corp is feeling a little under the weather today. He's been having some issues that he needs to kind of deal with. So he's going to be probably or possibly joining us later. But for now, he wasn't really... Oh, wait. Shit! Oh! We said his name too many times.
Hell's Corp.
We said his name too many times, and he appeared.
Hells,
oh
baby.
My god. What's up?
He still has that background going.
He does, yeah. Now I need to adjust everything. And it's fixed. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Hello, Infinite Hell's Corp.
There you go, Rafe. We thought you were going to be away. I was just explaining that you were
not enough Hell's Corp.
Feeling a little under the weather today.
I want more.
I'm awake.
I appreciate you being awake, being here, buddy. How you doing?
Wow.
I'm doing great. Trying to wake up.
Did you get the energy drinks in you?
Nope.
You should do that.
Sheer force of will.
I respect you so damn much. I was worried I was going to have to
sheer
roleplay your character. Today you're going with the weird funky background. I like it. There's Hell's, Rafe.
Weird background.
Yeah, I guess there's no weird background. It's just you at this point. That's not Hell's. They're a mimic. It
Echoes
is
through time.
100% a mimic.
Just a little confused by what you meant there.
That's okay. You're always confused. We'll let it slide. There's a shout out for you. Yeah, there you go. There's a shout out for you, buddy. If y'all haven't already, Hell's Corp's the only other streamer in the crew. Go swing by his Twitch channel and check him out. He's trying to do some hitless dead cells. It's been really fun watching him struggle.
Painful.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch. I love it. I've been having a real good time. Do you got anything else new you want to tell the people about? I got no new announcements. It's business as usual.
Eat your microphone.
Yeah. So on Saturday, I'm doing a 1-year anniversary stream. Woo! It's gonna be 24 hours long, and I'm gonna show off, at least during part of it, some of my old cringy YouTube videos.
I can't wait. I'm there for the cringe, baby.
So come give me money and watch things with me.
There you go. That's the way to do it. I'll definitely be there for the board game portion of the evening. Depends on my work schedule lines up. But for the most part, I should be able to be there as well. That'll be a good time. So be sure to swing by.
Outside.
Yeah, and yeah, if you're looking for some wicked gaslighting merch, you're going to go hellscorp.square.site. Look no further. Other than that, we are continuing things. I'm gonna probably figure out around Christmas if we're gonna be taking a day off, just to give everyone some time with the friends and family for the holidays. I will be doing a Christmas one shot or a holiday themed one shot on stream at some point during the holiday weeks as well. I haven't settled on a date for that or a party, so it might just be these guys. We might add a couple people into the mix and just maybe have a big old Christmas party and have a fun time. Mantuka, you're also running one that you said you were gonna do that I get to play in off stream, which is gonna be exciting. I can't wait for that. I haven't got to play D&D
yes,
apart from Hell's Corp. Finally getting to play some D&D with Hell's Corp, who has just finally stepped into the DM shoes for the first time. It's really cool. Maybe you'll stream it one day. Maybe. Just maybe.
Nice.
We'll see.
Rocks fall.
Did you just drag your toy all the way in here? Okay.
Stuart likes to play with this reusable shopping bag that I have, and he'll carry the whole fucking bag around in his mouth. Just dragged this on in here. There you go. Okay.
I want a jacket made of that.
He's doing his thing at this point. A jacket made of that? Of course you do. Of course you do.
A jacket made of cat?
I think
Yes.
the rainbow floof.
101 of them.
He did say he was Corella DeVille. Like, it makes sense. And we have Rye joining us. Is either a clown or a slightly polka-dotted Rudolph today. We'll leave that up to him.
Clown deer.
Yeah, oh, God. Nightmares. That's like double triggering to people who are afraid of deers and clowns.
Think of me while you sleep.
I already do, baby. You know it. You know
You will eat up all your kids.
Okay, so little quick recap from last week. Last we left off, the party having finally returned from their travels, receiving a slightly diminished reward for not completing the job as fully arranged and discussed. Oh God, don't stream? Oh no, I hate it.
My bad.
I hate it. I really hate that. I don't like seeing that at all. Anyway,
I like seeing my face. It was nice.
Okay. Oh man, we're going places already. Anyway, you return to the town of Southwatch, wasting no time in going to visit the blacksmith and a couple of the other. I guess it was just the blacksmith. Let's shut up, Kieran. Thank you for the sub. We appreciate you, man. Year of torturing me. Yeah, that's about right. So, Stanislav ordered himself a new set of armor. To be enchanted, at least, improving on the design of his old one, possibly sprucing it up just a little bit. However, you were told that would take about a week to get done, and you essentially traded off a little collateral for a loaner set of armor that will do you for the foreseeable future. Mantuka, you have advantage on a roll of your choosing today, or the next roll you make, I guess, technically.
Thank all of you, because last time I really needed it, and no one gave me one. So thank you,
No,
and all that you all told.
I have disadvantage as well, if you guys want to make sure you remember that. If I forget, chat, please
Praise
do remind me. Praise Mogus. So, the party, after returning, making their orders, returned to the Last Watch Inn, where they had spent some time previously, and elected to engage in a little bit of drinking festivity. The cat's just on some shit today. He's ignored me all day, but now I'm talking, so here he is. You guys engaged in a drinking contest with Mantuka. I do believe all of you soundly defeating him, except for Mr. Maker, who mostly drank by himself, watching all the events unfold.
Just to blow up and then act like I don't know nobody.
I hate you. What's your creepy emotes out of my chat? Fucking creeper. Alright. Yeah, so that basically covers it. We actually didn't accomplish much last session. It was mostly just drinking and fun for the party, which is good. You know, it's good to unwind sometimes, especially after, you know, people die in the midst of combat. So, pick it up from there. You guys spent the rest of the night in the Last Watch Inn, all of you getting drunk to varying degrees before taking to the rooms. Whooping Mantuka's ass. I do believe we ended the session with Mantuka moping in his room and Stanislav trying to go offer a hand of just, you know, a little pick me up, a little lift up, and Mantuka simply looking at him and choosing to say, "I'm trying to sleep. Fuck off." And that's where we left. So just for the sake of brevity, we're going to say you all go to sleep, have yourselves a nice long evening of rest, and awake the next morning having completed your long rest for the evening. And we pick up as you awaken, smelling the delectable smells of breakfast coming from below. You smell eggs, you smell various kinds of breakfast meats cooking, all being prepared, and possibly some leftovers from the night before. But what would you all like to do?
Go up and then act like I don't know nobody.
I'm gonna punch you in the fucking dick, dude.
That sounds like something Mr. Maker would say, like a morning affirmation thing.
Yeah, he just in the mirror, he's like, I'm gonna blow up and act like I don't know anybody.
I don't know nobody.
Oh no. I hate you.
Stanislav is already downstairs.
Okay.
Nice and early.
All right.
I'm gonna leave my domicile and pretend nothing happened, and go get some grub and start a new day.
Do you find a nice spot to do some of your yoga, Mantuka, or Stanislav? Sorry, mixed you two up.
I'll do that after breakfast.
Fair enough.
What
are you rolling a deception check for? You just testing?
See. Well, no, I just wanted to see how well I could act like I don't know nobody.
Oh my god, dude! You're very good at acting like you don't know anybody. You really are. We're gonna leave that there now. We're gonna leave.
Hey, Mr. Maker, come join us.
We're gonna drop the meme. As you are called from downstairs, you hear from the closed door of your bedroom an already awake and peppy Stanislav calling you down to join the party.
I've already ordered food for everybody. There's just a big plate of good bacon, food in the middle of the table.
Sausage links. You got the whole breakfast spread.
The food
Maker, while you're going
tea.
downstairs.
You all said something at the same time, so one at a time. I could not understand that. That was several different voices at once. Let's go with Mr. Baker to start, because you started the sentence chain.
The food breaks my deception.
Okay. So immediately you just accept that you know these people and accept the food? Okay, cool. Eating away the breakfast, or the hangover from the night before, the group kind of all settles in around their meal. If anyone would like to do anything in town, this morning is your opportunity to do it. I do believe Stan, you need to go... Oh, no, you were told to come back in a week once it was all done.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I do need to go get a supply for a new thing that I have been finally able to crack how to do.
Hey,
I need to go to somewhere that sells jewels.
Good luck. It's possible. What's up, Mr. Maker?
So I was supposed to go by the forge last night.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So we'll just quickly scoot back over to that. What was it you were wanting to do? I completely spaced. That is my mistake. So before you all get your long rest in, Mr. Maker has a bit of an appointment with the blacksmith.
So I was gonna reinforce both the wrist crossbow and the grappling hook. I was gonna replace the spring inside the little, magazine for the wrist crossbow with a mithril wrist crossbow. I bought the
Yeah, you're gonna zhuzh it up a little, right? Put a little funkiness on it.
And then for the grappling hook, I was gonna replace the actual hook itself with a little mithril version of one.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna say both of those will probably take you a sizable amount of time. So we're gonna have to pick one to accomplish this evening.
Okay.
What's up, Stanislav?
Would you accept Stanislav's company for this? He was interested when you mentioned it.
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
Okay. So we're
going to be casting enhanceability for you for this.
Ah, fair.
Sick.
So as you arrive at the forge, George, owner of George's Forges, kind of is expecting you. It seems like he's kept the forge running and kept it nice and hot for you as you come. He's like, good to see you. You're right on time. I just finished up for the day. So my assistant, and you look and you see it essentially is like a young boy, kind of in his early teens, who's kind of been loosely apprenticing under George, just kind of just sitting in the corner with what appears to be a book. He's just reading. It's just surprisingly well educated. And you look at the book, Mr. Maker. This is one you're quite familiar with. This is the basic blacksmithing guide. This is kind of a universal guide to beginning blacksmithing, and it's kind of published throughout the kingdom. It's very easy to find. And you think back to many long, ponderous nights reading over that accursed tome.
Blacksmithing for dummies.
Pretty much, yeah. It's very basic. Very basic blacksmithing thing. And he's pretty preoccupied in it. And George is he's gonna keep an eye on you. I gotta get home to the wife. She's gonna have my ass. So,
wasn't his whole thing that he wanted to look over UI?
He does. Yeah, he does. But it seems like his wife has made a bit of a stink about him staying out later than usual.
Fair enough.
He's got a family to take care of. So he does leave you in the capable hands of his assistant. He's I will be back. Either in the morning if you're still here, or some other time I'll catch you up on the rain check, checking out your little robot there. But for now, I kind of gotta go deal with some stuff.
Okay.
He doesn't even wait for your response. You can tell he's in quite a hurry. He probably got quite a scolding on his lunch break when he went home and told his wife, oh, I'm gonna be staying overnight in the shop tonight. And he just bolts out the door and closes it behind him.
You are.
So you hear it lock as well. So you're now locked in with the apprentice as George locks the door from the other side, just to make sure no one wanders in while it's closed. And so which one would you like to work on for this evening? It is probably going to take a while.
Evening is a danger.
Well, I want to
pretty much
try to increase the reload time of the crossbow first with the mithril spring.
Okay. So
try and get it to 2 shots per action type of thing.
Currently it's 1 shot per 2 turns.
Yeah. So it has to have a full reload turn.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yep. So.
But I don't have to physically do it. It just does it.
Yeah. So effectively lose a turn with it, but it reloads itself, and you can keep attacking with other weapons. So if we're going to be improving that today, I'd say the design is mostly worked out at this point. It's a simple matter of disassembling and then reassembling it with the new components. However, you do need to first work on the spring. So I need you to make me a blacksmithing check using your dexterity bonus and proficiency, because you are proficient with blacksmith tools.
Okay.
Enhanceability.
So dexterity
4.
check
Dexterity.
plus, is it 4 now for your, because you guys all leveled up?
Yep.
Proficiency bonus 4?
That's
With
just...
advantage.
That was a deception check.
Yeah, that's not what I rolled. I don't know why that happened. So I just rolled dexterity plus proficiency.
Yeah, you rolled an 18.
With
What's your dex bonus?
My dex bonus is +4. My proficiency is +4.
You got 8 to 18. You rolled a 26.
Okay. And then
there you go. And you're getting enhanced ability, so you can technically roll with advantage, correct? Yeah. So roll again.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so first one is the best of the two.
Sure.
So it takes you quite a while.
Genius, that baby.
I mean, okay, sure. So 31.
More, baby.
31 total points. It does take you.
It
does take you a while to disassemble the entire thing. You kind of take out all the parts one by one, then lay them out on the table, so you know exactly which order to put them back in the right way. You go to the forge and you begin just kind of like very gently forging out this very small spring, connecting these interlocking links that were originally from a set of mithril chainmail scraps that he had lying around. And you effectively turn it into this like rather small, quite compressible spring. It is quite lightweight, being made of mithril, and it seems to expand quite back to its usual spot with a fair amount of elasticity as well. So you do manage to make the mechanism needed, and then I'm going to need a tinker's check using dexterity as well to try and reassemble this all with your new component and see how it goes.
That's another dex?
That is another dex, yeah. It's either going to be intelligence or dexterity, and depends on whether you're designing or building. Oof.
Sure.
With advantage again.
With advantage, because you're getting enhanced ability.
That's very useful.
Oof.
Well, good thing Flash of Genius exists, I suppose.
Yep.
That'll be an 18 plus 4.
Oh, shit. That's true. Yeah. So 22.
Yeah.
So, at this point, you kind of feel like you've got the mechanism. You know what you need to do to make this work, and you're just not quite hitting the mark yet. Being that you already invented this thing very easily and put it together quite easily, it was a very high check to get an improvement made. You do get it reassembled and it's still working the same, but it still takes a turn to complete the entire reload of it. You gather it's something you can do, but it's probably going to take another night of fine-tuning. As you basically improve this as much as it is, and now you're just getting to like the very micro adjustments trying to refine this design.
Fair enough. Now it has fancy mithril spring.
Yeah, it is now basically unbreakable, which is dope. Because you did say you were also going to coat the outside of it in a plate of mithril as well, which I'll say included with all this while you're doing all your work and everything. You managed to fit that in there because you did roll very high on the forging process.
The spring actuation would be much quieter now too. I would imagine.
Absolutely. Yeah, so it no longer goes as it's like turning and reloading and cranking around and all the gears or everything are turning. You do manage to quiet it down quite a little bit.
Nice.
So it's no longer an issue of noise, but you figure you're probably going to need just a little more time to get this design working exactly the way you want it to.
Nice.
But for now, you have a very beautiful, and now where it like once had just like a very plain steel look, you got this nice kind of goldish yellow highlight from the new metal you put on there. So visually, you have improved it substantially. You just didn't quite get to the point that you have a fully functional automated reloading crossbow on your arm.
Fair enough.
That was a good pun, Harmony. You get a laugh emote for that one. There you go. So that will be your night there. That takes you a solid like 8 hours of work just getting through the. Actually, it takes about 6 hours. If you go any further, you can continue trying to work on it, but you are going to suffer a point of exhaustion as you stay up far past the time into the night. So that's up to you if you're willing to risk it. But other than that, I'm going to say that's mostly what you're able to get done tonight without risking exhaustion.
You said risk exhaustion. Don't mind if I do.
Okay, make me a Constitution saving throw.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Stanislav will leave you right at the end of this.
Wow. A 4. So you take on your sheet. You're gonna take a point of exhaustion right now. You're gonna hit that exhaustion point. That's brutal. So you are now considered at level 1 of exhaustion. With I also have your sheet open. I can close that now. I do believe that means all of. I have not had to play a character on D&D Beyond in a while, so there should be a conditions tab or something.
It's right under your HP.
Yeah, there's conditions. Hit that, and at the bottom of that list, there'll be exhaustion 1 through 5. So level 1 of exhaustion. All of your skill checks are at disadvantage, I believe, so that will complicate your evening. So you decide to push through and stay up a little longer. Are you going to try to refine your crossbow a little more or improve the grappling hook at this point?
Stanislav is like passing. He's like, good luck, buddy.
Yeah, Stanislav is like falling asleep, gives you a pat on the back, and makes his way out. As you like turn, you're like, I'm going to be good. I'm fine. I got this. Like, we're good here. And you turn around and start getting back to work, and almost immediately you're like, oh, it's been a long few days.
So I feel physically weaker.
Yeah, you feel physically weaker. All your skill checks are currently at disadvantage.
Would I be okay to be like, nah, never mind, after feeling this fucking like wave of exhaustion come over me?
If you go sleep now, you will lose the point of exhaustion during the long rest, but if you try to work any further tonight, you will be at a penalty. So it's up to you.
I'll just call it a night.
Fair enough.
There's not much more I could do.
So as you like turn around and you kind of like hit the billows on the forge, start heating it back up to work on some other metal and some other smithing pipes, you're like, you let out a big yawn, miss, and you eyes behind you kind of just, sir, perhaps it's better if you're falling asleep to not be working next to an open flame.
Fire's not that bad, right?
As you're kind of saying that, you lean just a little too hard on the billows and the fucking heat kicks up and wakes you up again. You're like, okay, maybe. At this point, you see the young boy who's George's assistant, whose name you never got, was just sitting in the corner now with this like book just on his belly, just asleep. He just passed out entirely.
I tap him on my way out.
Chris, you have advantage on a roll coming up from Soda Pop. We got Mantuka and Chris and me, all with. Well, you guys have advantage. I have disadvantage. So, Mr. Maker, you wake him up, and he. Are you all done then?
Yeah, for now. Hopefully, I'll come back tomorrow.
Oh yeah, maybe don't stay so late next time. Okay. He like unlocks and opens the door for you, and you make your way out. He closes it. You hear a latch behind him. You see the lights just go out. The light in the back is still quite. You gather he's gonna stick around to make sure the forge goes out and. Nothing is left open and burning. And you make your way back to the Last Watch Inn, where it has mostly quieted down for the evening. There's a few individuals kind of passed out on their tables, having got a little too heavy into their cups the night before, or during the evening, I guess. And you tuck in for your long rest.
Hurrah!
And that is where we pick up next morning. We flash back to everyone sitting around the table, currently eating breakfast and enjoying a just kind of fairly hearty meal. A good, solid start to the day. What would everyone like to do?
Mantuka would like to just check out the local wares, see if he can upgrade any of his limited things.
Okay, so
Mantuka would like to do.
What are you looking for?
Anything better than like anything that I can wear, like maybe some durable boots or like cape, or you know what I mean, like a weapon. Like I only have so many options. I'm a naked dude. That's
okay. So yeah, you're also a barbarian, so unarmored, if memory serves. So the meats are salty, Harmony. Always salty meats. The saltiest of meats. So Mantuka's gonna do some shopping, basically. Okay. What specific? Are you looking for anything in specific? I need to know what shop you're gonna visit. Basically, do you want to go to blacksmith, general store, or potion shop? That's pretty much all you got here.
There was that high-end store, correct? No.
There was Servant's Stash, which had like a mix of random shit and some magic items. Yes. But other than that, there hasn't really been anywhere that's like, it's a small garrison town, basically. It's very military focused.
100%. I'm just gonna stop by there because I didn't get a chance to, and that's all I really want to. Hoorah, praise Mogan.
Is anyone going to be going with Mantuka? Is there a group activity or a solo act?
No, as soon as Gregory finishes breakfast, he runs back upstairs and he's like, I just had to finish something, I'll see you later.
Okay,
and all y'all hear
just scoots right up the stairs.
Every now and again you hear stuff like, ah, shit. Okay, no, wait, yeah, damn it! Stuff like that.
Sounds like he's having fun. Sure, I'll come with you, Mantuka.
You see like a sparks kind of like flashing through the door and shit as Gregory goes to work on whatever he's working.
Wait, yeah, no, yeah.
Stanislav and Mantuka make their way back. Mr. Maker, are you going to be staying here? What's the plan?
Yeah, I'm going to be staying here.
Okay. So you decide to just enjoy your breakfast and relax, kind of hang out with UI for a little bit. Go over some new improvements that you've been working on for him as well, kind of checking him out, making sure he's all good. He seems to have, like, in a way, been learning as you have, which is kind of interesting for an artificial intelligence to do. And as you're kind of pondering that, you see Mantuka and Stanislav just kind of make their way out the front door. And you all are heading to the general store, I'm guessing, which is Servant Stash. The slightly more high-end store. Or I guess high-end is a bit of a big D. It's a bit of a stretch. But as you make the
slightly above average store.
Yeah, so as you kind of cross the crossroads in the center of Southwatch there, where all the kind of walls meet, you walk into what is the slightly nicer district of town. There's a little more income. This is generally where like a lot of military officers and their families live. Some of the higher up like clerks and people doing clerical work around the fort. Generally, it's just a little bit more income. There is an area where there's like some loose nobility. But you guys haven't actually made your way up in there yet either. So you kind of make your way along the southern branch of the road and eventually come to the small but well-made, quite well-maintained general store with a sign over it saying Servant's Stash. And Stanislav, you remember the gnomish individual who runs the shop. Yep. Quite an excitable individual, always looking to make a deal and try to make a profit. So as you kind of enter Mantuka, you notice, like, both of you are quite tall. Mantuka got a little extra with the really tall minotaur horns. You kind of have to duck down what is already a fairly small doorway. And you make your way in, and you find yourself in this little store. The aisles of which are quite thin as it is stacked just wall to wall with random trinkets and good. This is as much of a hoarder's den as it is a shop. There are prices on literally everything. Varying from basically like a copper piece all the way up to inordinate prices for bags of holding, like 4,000 gold. Yep. You make your way in.
Literally a bowl in a china shop.
Yeah, you're literally, there's not, but none of it looks expensive or particularly fragile. Like, it's a lot of trinkets. There's some furniture in here. You see some chairs in the corner kind of stacked on themselves. Fairly well made. Nothing all that fancy. And as the door closes behind you,
see about that.
You just hear a little bell ring as the door closes, and then you hear a pair of what sounds like fairly small foot or feet, kind of skittering out from behind. Yes, I'll be out with you in just a minute. And
no problem.
As the feet just kind of begin moving, you see this tiny little curled hat kind of appear beyond the counter, and then a figure, gnomish individual, kind of older looking. I think I have a description of him here. 1 second.
All she hears is like iron, like grinding on like the floor or whatever coming to the counter.
Yeah, as you make your way in, and you see this very small, somewhat handsome, but older gnomish figure, probably nearing the later stages of his life. He's like, yes, hello, how may I help you? Welcome to Servant Stash. And he just gives you like a big arm gesture, gesturing to all the random junk and shit he has in his store.
Good to see you again.
Excellent.
It's been a while, here. My golden friend. How are you?
Oh, good. Just got back from some business.
Good. And you notice that ever-present, like, salesman smile just ever plastered on his face. No matter what you say, it never leaves. Looking into the eyes, you see, like, a little bit of deadness inside, as you do with any retail worker. But their smile is always just plastered on that face and ready to serve. What can I do for you today? I have many things. We got some new stock in recently. He's very excited. Very excited.
Just
he kind of looks at the Minotaur.
First.
You're big. Hello, what can I do for you, sir? And he always kind of has his
Greetings.
hands just kind of ringing in front of his face here as he excitably just kind of takes in the giant minotaur person in front of him. Looking for anything in particular?
Excellent. Yes, I'm looking for something to bring through the glory of battle.
The glory of battle. Well, we don't have so much of that here. You might be better off at the blacksmith. But we do have a couple things kicking around if you're interested.
I would like to look at the things that are kicking around in here.
Well, and like you notice the veneer of customer service kind of fade. You have eyes. Feel free to peruse at your leisure.
I'm afraid I'm going to break everything in here. So I figured if you just showed me the things that you don't want me to break that I might like, I break less.
He kind of looks up at like the rough chandelier that's hanging mere inches from the tip of your horns. Yes, perhaps you're right. One moment. So he's just like, you see the little hat disappear behind the desk, and you hear things kind of rummaging around in the back room, kind of similar to what was going on in Gregory's room, in fact, where you just kind of hear like a loud fuck as all of this is happening. You hear the loud sound of things crashing, and he brings
all
out
of my shit is attached to stuff. My day bag is like fucking pressed against something. My halberd's like knocking over an ornate lamp. I'm just like trying to police all my shit.
Glory, and you just hear coming from that glory of battle, glory of battle. And he comes out essentially holding this like it's a small circlet. Looks like a crown almost, a very, very small crown. And he just slaps that on the table right in front of you. He brings out what appears to be a large staff, not necessarily things you're interested in having. But definitely some things that might be interesting to individuals. And then the last thing he pulls out is a small figurine of what appears to be an ivory goat. Yeah. And he lays the three out. So this is what I have right now in terms of things that could be potentially used in battle. The goat, maybe not so much. That's up to you, really. This, and he slides the circlet forward, is a circlet of blasting. He just smiles, expecting you to know what a circuit of blasting does.
Excellent. So it's pretty cool what it does, right? And that's what?
Okay, so out of like he just takes a minute to explain it. He's like, so if you're looking to add a little extra punch to your combat, this will allow you to once per day cast the scorching ray spell and blast thine enemies with a fiery justice. And the eyes are just lighting up at this point. Seems very excited about this item. I'd be willing to part with this for a measly 1,500 gold pieces. He just smiles and almost very like quietly tries to give you the price under his breath a little bit. His breath, not breasts. Wow.
A measly 1,500 gold pieces.
And then he gestures to the staff, which you notice now is a fairly simple looking staff, but there's kind of a serpent weaving around it, and the head kind of curls into almost like a cobra like tip. This is yeah, exactly. This is a staff of the Python. Now with this, you say the command word, and it turns into a giant snake. Also very useful in battle. I'm going to be honest with you, you could do a lot with this if you have a creative mind. I'm going, just saying. And I'd be willing to part with this one for a measly 2,000 gold pieces. He just smiles.
And what about the figurine?
Ah, yes, the ivory goat. So he kind of slides it forward. Which way? When I gotta double check one thing. Which goat was it? There's several. Okay, it's the traveling goat. So he kind of, as he slides it forward, when once again you speak the command word, it will turn into basically a large goat that will double as a large riding horse. Very useful for combat if you'd like to ride in and smite thine enemies. And I would be willing to part with this for measly 1,000 gold pieces. Measly, exactly. Harmony, you get it. You notice every time he says a price, it's like a measly 1,000 gold pieces. And he says it very much like under the breath a little.
$1 billion.
$1 billion. Yes, exactly.
With that, Mantuka's gonna turn to his compadre, and I'm gonna try to, like, without destroying everything, draw it.
At this point, like, you're moving around enough in here. Roll me a dexterity saving throw, just for fun, just for funsies.
Plus 4.
What the fuck?
Come on,
you're
the one mate. I was willing to let it slide, but you're like, oh, I gotta move the thing. I'm like, okay, we're gonna role play this. Approach 18 real life points for this ivory. Wow, Miles.
I don't know why I did it twice. I'm an idiot.
Okay, so 22.
Yeah.
You do okay. It's kind of awkward. You like have to hold your halberd and just spin. Kind of on the spot, and like your hooves just go clunk, 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 clunk on the wood floor. Yeah, you're good. You managed not to knock anything over in the guy's shop, and you managed to turn and look at Stanislav, and you notice the owner of the shop servant is kind of leaning over the counter, trying to pick up on your conversation. So it's up to you whether you want to, him to hear or not. But
I don't want to hear it all.
Okay.
Stanislav's just looking at you with kind of a shit-eating grin, knowing that this was going to happen.
He's listening. He's trying to listen acutely. So if you're going to try to hide what you're talking about, I will need a stealth check for that.
I need to do a stealth check?
Yeah, he's actively listening to you. So unless you want to leave the very small store...
No, I'll roll it with this. How the hell do I have this? Hold on. Oh. That's 10-ish.
Okay. As far as you can gather, he's listening intently, but you feel like you're talking at a low enough volume for him not to make out what you're saying.
Hey, Stan, come here.
What's up, big guy?
So you're really good with talking, and I think you guys already have like some connection. So I want a better price.
Which one do you want?
I want the blasting tiara.
Okay. How much money? How much gold do you have?
Oh, I have enough. I just want a better price.
Okay. I'll see what I can do.
As you end your little conversation, fucking servant leans forward. So, can I interest you in any of them? Will you be taking any of them? Like I said, measly sums for adventurers like yourself.
That's true, but look, my friend, I'm a return customer, and my friend here, I'm vouching for him, and that if we do good business, I know that he'll be back, as well as my return patronage. What would you feel about that? He really likes that circlet. It's a very beautiful item. What would you say to?
You're saying you want to make a deal?
Yeah, if that's possible.
Do you have anything to trade? Or are you just looking for me to shave something off out of the kindness of my heart?
Oh, mostly just that.
Roll me a persuasion check, please.
Mantuka shaves for no man.
Mantuka shaves for no man. I get it. I support it. Wow, nat 20 plus 4. So
I was thinking
total.
Around 1,100.
You wanted me to take 400 gold pieces off the price.
I mean, I've spent so much, and I'm about to spend some money myself. I was really hoping you could do this out of kindness to my friend.
I'll tell you what. I'll meet you halfway. 1,250 gold pieces, and it's yours. All yours. Or, more accurately, the Minotaurs.
I look at Mantuka. Give him a little nod.
Got 250 gold off the alpha price. That's a substantial discount. That's a substantial discount. Okay, there you go.
I will complete the transaction.
Get that off of my fucking stream right now. I'm not kidding. Get it off my stream.
It's God.
Okay. Never fucking again will I see that man's face on my fucking stream. Okay? Oh, I'm mad. Okay. Well, we're good. We're good. We're back.
You're doing the art of the deal. Like, put the art of the deal.
1,250 gold pieces. What do you say?
Oh yeah, done. Predator handshake, exchanging of coins.
You
go-
eclipse his entire arm with your
100%. As you go to shake his hand, like you do,
like
he
down his torso.
He goes for the normal, like straight up handshake, but you go for the warrior handshake, where you just like your hand just encapsulates his entire arm. And as you shake, you notice him kind of lifting off the ground as you do. Yes,
For the glory of battle.
Quite enough. Thank you. Thank you for your purchase. I'm so glad you came in today. So glad. So glad. What about you, Shiny Man? Anything I can do for you before my arm is ripped from its socket?
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure it's fine. I give him a very light pat on the shoulder.
Doesn't feel fine. What can I do for you?
I was hoping that you have a diamond or diamonds worth around 300 gold.
1 second. And he just like scurries back. And you hear once again someone just rummaging through stuff in the back room. You hear the sound of fucking things. I'm gonna have him roll an investigation.
Do I also hear
check.
him say diamonds?
Yeah, diamonds. 300 gold pieces, diamonds. And you notice now, overhearing him in the back, the very flashy showboaty, like, hello, welcome to my store voice is very much gone. And kind of replaced by this like high pitch, like, diamonds. Where are the diamonds? Where did I leave those diamonds? Where are they? Diamonds. Yeah, very much. Not quite Smeagly, but it definitely like goes up a few pitches. And you see him come back. You said diamonds worth 300 gold pieces each.
One or multiple worth a total of 300.
Well, I tell you what, I have.
Thing that I can
and he kind of pours out a small sack of diamonds. Total value here is about 600 gold pieces worth of diamonds. He pulls up one. This one alone, 300. The rest are kind of an assortment. Help yourself. Which one do you want? Do you want all of them?
Perfect. The big one worth. You'll take 300 for that one.
Okay. He just slides 300 gold pieces, please. Measly sum.
Stanislav just chuckles and out of his fancy dragon scale coin purse pulls out 5 platinum and 250 gold.
Look at you, big spend. He just like slides the coin off the table and into a coin purse you gather he has beneath it. Can I interest you in any new magic items? I did say we have some new stock in that you might be interested in.
Perhaps next time. I'm a little bit slim on funds at the moment.
Are you sure? And he
do some
gestures
more.
over to the rack of magical items, which you yourself have detected magic there, and you can guarantee maybe 30% of the items on the magical items area are actually magical. You do see an array of new things there. So you see a string of beads that look to be kind of prayer beads, some kind of religious icon. You see a cloak that appears to be quite elven made. It has a lot of just elven intricacies on it in terms of the design. You find a pair of gloves that are dark black leather, very well made, very, very dark leather. And then you find what appears to be a large brimmed hat, all of which have independent price tags ranging anywhere from a measly sum of 4,000 gold pieces to a measly sum of around 5,200 gold pieces.
The diamond chunk that falls into the coin purse with a noticeably smaller clink this time.
Yeah. Ding.
Not making it subtle that I don't have enough to afford that shit right now.
Fair enough. Well,
Yep.
perhaps next time if someone doesn't come in and snatch it up first. Is that all for
That's the
today?
nature of it. I think so.
Okay, bye-bye. And as soon as he realizes there's no more money to be made today, the little hat disappears behind the counter and goes back into his back room where he was. Hello, DM. Yeah, you know what those are, haven't you?
I'm gonna help Mantuka fix the tiara, as he
Yeah,
called it, to his,
You
to
kind of
his head.
just place it on Mantuka.
I'm not
and,
a baby, Tuka. I could do it.
So you can add on your D&D Beyond, add the circlet of blasting to your inventory. And once a day, you can do the Scorching Ray spell using an action with an attack
Sick.
bonus of +5. So now Mantuka can shoot a Scorching Ray out of his forehead. That's kind of amazing. I'm kind of stoked about it. Eyes the Elven Cloak. Oh yeah, you know what that is. Yeah. No one bought it though. Anyway, so you do leave with your circlet of blasting. Mantuka now has a nice set of jewelry, and as you're leaving, you just hear fucking Servant muttering under his breath. Doesn't even have enough money to buy a goddamn magical item. Just comes in here and buys diamonds. Who just buys diamonds? You hear him kind of talking some shit as you're leaving.
I did tell him it was for a thing I can do.
Yeah, fair. And then as you leave, the door closes behind you. Again, you hear the ding as the bell closes behind him. And yeah, you guys are left standing in the streets of Southwatch, kind of looking at the nicer homes. What would you guys like to do?
Shall we go meet back up with the other two?
Yup.
Make our way back to...
Okay. Still not buying health potions. I love to see it. Love to see it. It's cool now, dude.
Well, we've been...
We're at Hell's Corp. We're good. We don't.
I even said before the session, like literally at 30 minutes before we started, I'm like, I don't like
Gregory to buy health potions.
I'm like, I don't like to tell my players what to do, but maybe based on the fact that you guys have almost died several times, buy some health potions. What do they do? Not buy health potions. We love it. Okay, so smash cut. Gregory, what are you getting up to in your bedroom? You weirdo.
Mr. Maker, where are you? Are you downstairs?
I'm kind of fiddling with UI up in the room.
Where do you want him?
Were we in different rooms or the same room?
I believe you guys got 2 rooms and shared, so it's up to you how you.
Yeah,
I feel like the
you-
muscle bros are rooming together, but like I also feel like Gregory and Mantuka room together, so it's up to you guys.
Well, me and Gregory were having a heartfelt conversation yesterday,
Okay.
so I think we roomed together.
Okay.
That
Cool.
works out perfect
So,
because I would have woken up and I would have just started trying to make something. You just notice I got the dagger you gave me, I got the lantern that Stan gave me, and just a bunch of shit that everyone else in the bar gave me. And I'm putting it together. I'm like trying to solder this part here. I'm using like a little bit of mending, a little bit of Drewcraft, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Mm-hmm. And Mr. Maker, you watch fascinated as young Gregory, seemingly quite far advanced beyond where he should be for his age, begins putting together this very strange trinket made up of several other strange trinkets to kind of form an amalgamation of just collected goodies, rings, jewelry, glasses, random discarded bits of clothing, all stuffed into this this very intricately made, almost lantern-like design. It's all stuffed into, being that he started with a lantern from Stanislav. And what does it end up looking like at the end?
At the end, it just kind of looks like a dagger through a lantern, but I stuff it into the box, and I close the lid, and I start just counting down from 10, looking up at Mr. Maker every couple of seconds, just...
I thought you were gonna say you put it in the box and you just start shaking it.
That works too. Yeah, that's the shit. It's like when you're catching a Pokemon on Game Boy and you button mash A and B, even though it makes no difference whatsoever. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's basically what's happening. He shakes it around a little. And as he's like counting down from 10, he's looking up at you excitedly. And you finally hit 0. What do you do?
And just bursting out of the box is this disturbingly adorable little thing that makes very oddly mechanical sounds. That it just kind of floats in the air. And it looks like the lantern that Stan gave and a whole bunch of shit in there. Just little eyes that kind of look like UI's eyes.
Googly eyes on it. There's some rings. There's chains. There's clothing stuffed into it. All kinds of goodies.
It's just making like vaguely robotic sounds. And then it just kind of goes slightly down into the back of my neck dagger first. And I'm just looking at Mr. Maker the whole time. And then my whole face starts to kind of melt and shape and makes that sound.
Yeah, the changeling sound, as you know, all changelings make that sound when they change. It's canon.
And I turn into a tiny Mantuka, casting disguise self.
Okay. So as he manifests this spell, seemingly having invented a new toy for his wondrous toy box and arcane focus, this strange version of a disguise self spell that, when it embeds itself into his spinal column, immediately transforms him into the guise of a tiny, like 4'5" Minotaur man. Just a tiny Mantuka. Tiny Mantuka.
I turned into the same thing. Seeing this.
I'm just saying, this is the weirdest thing. So
Yeah.
far, like 3 of the 4 members have turned into me.
Yep.
And I'm wondering.
And I only haven't because I cannot.
It's only you bought the
Stan,
hat of
let's up your
disguise
game,
self
okay?
that was in servant stash, dude. Yeah. So at that point, as the two of you kind of look at each other like surprised, Mr. Maker, you're impressed that Gregory's figured out how to do this. Little dude. Oh no.
Thank
hate
you very
every-
much for helping me earlier. This is cool.
Yeah.
I'm feeling like a rush. Like
So-
I can do anything.
Well, it's kind of like cultural appropriation though, but like I'll let it slide.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Mantuka and Stanislav, it is around this time that you finish your adventures for the day. And as you enter the very dead Last Watch Inn, everyone is out in the fields now. You're in between breakfast and lunch, so no one's really in here at this point. The owner, Femria, is using the time to kind of tidy up and scream instructions to her son in the back about what to prep for the lunch rush. Sounds like it's going to be stew. No surprise, it was stew yesterday, stew the day before, and guess what it's going to be today? Stew. So,
Stupendous.
oh, I hate you. I hate you so much, Chris. Okay, yeah, stupendous. Wow, okay. I'm just going to fly out there and kick you in the
That
balls.
joke was stupid.
I hate you all. I really hate you all. Why aren't we eating
So,
lobster anymore? Sex lobster? What?
I'm gonna
What the fuck, Mantuka? Why
I'm
did
gonna
you
go
say
up to
sex
the room
lobster?
that. See, I'm gonna go up to the room that is not the one that Mantuka and I were in last
No,
night.
so as you enter, the two of you just hear coming from Gregory and Mr. Maker's room, Little Tuka! The two are just screaming Little Tuka back and forth. And you walk
this
up.
I gotta see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go up and knock on the door, and on the third knock, just try and open it.
I don't think they locked it. It's up to you
No,
guys.
definitely
but,
not.
you just open it and you see two
The
very small Mantukas, one slightly shorter than the other because Mr. Maker can only adjust his height so much. You see two little Tukas just hanging out in Gregory's bedroom.
The minute he walks through the door, I'll look at him, stare him in the eyes. Little Tuka!
Stanislav just bursts out laughing, having gathered what's going on now, I guess.
Oh, because I still sound like Gregory.
Yeah.
100%, yeah. There's no change in the where Mr. Maker can change his voice with any fucking appearance he's taking at the time. Gregory or Greg Tuka still very much sounds like Gregory. But
Mantuka, check this shit out. I step out of the doorway.
it's up to you
I'm
if
gonna
you
like
want to witness the events.
stomp up and check out what's going on.
I hear the
And,
footsteps coming, and that's when I just kind of put my hands down. Like,
Daddy's coming.
Yeah, Daddy's home.
I put a hand on your shoulder. Little Tuka. Little Tuka. Little Tuka.
Reminds me of my home.
Little Tuka. Little Tuka.
Small tear, and I'm like, yeah! Little Tukas!
Little Tuka.
bonding moment.
Yeah, Stanny, you all look on with like shock, maybe a little pride or some mix of emotions as three
He's shit
Mantukas.
right now.
Yeah, as three
He's
Mantukas
laughing
of
mostly uncontrollably.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna
We
say
teach some like rhythmic stomping with our feet or hooves in my case.
okay, so you go back to like the tribal roots that you grew up with and start sharing the traditional Minotaur war dance that would be done
Oh
by your
my
tribe
God.
before they would go out to enslave another or slaughter them, depending on how the day was for you. And I'm gonna say, roll me a performance check with advantage because you've done this dance a million times in your life, so you get advantage.
We know this never helps me.
It's not a high DC. You're just trying to teach basic dance steps that mostly involve stomping your feet.
Performance. Fuck. With
Roll it.
advantage.
Yep.
Fuck.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's gonna be one of those nights.
So Stanny, you watch Mr. Maker and Gregory as Mantuka is just trying to instruct you in the ways of his people, but doing a horrible job of it. Just terrible. He's not
But
explaining the
you wouldn't know 'cause
steps.
You're not actual minotaurs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
You-
we're 100% convinced that that's what we're supposed to do.
100%. So I need you two now to both roll me performance checks as well to try to imitate the dance you are seeing in front of you.
Fuck it, I'm trying to do it too.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
All right, everyone in.
Hell yeah.
20. Stanny finishes off with a 20, baby.
Natural
one.
one, let's go!
I know I don't believe in
Please tell me to roll
crit.
down the stairs. Or
I don't believe in crit fails and fucking skill checks, but that's gonna be one. So as this is
little Tuka.
as this is going on, Mantuka, you're doing the dance, and like inside, you're like, this is not how this is supposed to be done, but I'm just gonna roll with it because they seem to be
Make it till you
catching
make it,
on.
brother!
Yeah, Mr. Maker and Gregory, you immediately pick onto the steps, and you learn the steps Mantuka are doing perfectly to the T. So if it ever comes to it, you do know the dance, but you only know the wrong version of it taught to you by Mantuka. But you know it perfectly, okay? You know it perfectly. You could do this dance in your sleep, both of you. Just probably get killed if you try to do it in front of his people.
Sure.
Yep.
We'll see what happens. Stanislav, on the other hand, as you are trying to learn these steps, you're kind of half-assing. You're just kind of laughing and getting in with the groove and everything. You start dancing along, and before long, you realize you may have misjudged your step. I need you to roll me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh wait, I have advantage.
You do have advantage from someone in the chat. That's true, and I have disadvantage twice.
Can
now.
I
have to roll with
purposefully
disadvantage.
choose it not to use it on this roll? I would love
Sure.
to continue. with that
I'll
roll
allow
on,
the advantage to be
please.
on a roll of your choosing throughout the game, but you can't
No,
have
just
multiple.
the next one after this, but it's too good for me to roll that one here.
Okay. So go ahead and roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, no
I love
friends
you,
of mine.
Chris.
Not that good.
It's 10. It's enough. You manage to, like, as you're kind of dancing, you're doing this groovy dance or whatever, and your left foot misses the top step, like you just over the edge, and you go that one step down, but you have that brief moment where you feel like you've stepped into the ethereal plane, and there's just nothing beneath your foot, and you have that falling sensation.
And what's crazy is you did step into the ethereal plane. I cast blink on you. No.
Yeah, you blink out of existence. You do manage to catch yourself before falling, but you get that like start of fear. Yeah, as you're kind of grabbing on, and you all
You guys
stop
hear
your dance.
very uncharacteristic. Ah! It's like Stanislav slips backwards, almost going down the stairs.
Yep. And you all look. You just see Stanislav like holding on to the railing for dear life, seemingly having lost his balance. But now
A look of abject terror on his face.
Mantuka, you're quite impressed with Gregory and Mr. Maker. While you taught them the wrong moves to this dance, like, they're nailing it. They did exactly what you did. You feel like a proud teacher in a weird way. Even if you taught them wrong, you did teach them, and they absorbed that information. So take that however you will. You know, so that could be a pride thing for you, it could not. But basically, you did a great job of teaching people by completely fucking something up.
On another day, I teach you the mating ritual of the Minotaur. But not
Okay.
You notice both Minotaur's eyes go wide as Mantuka says this.
I look over at other Tuka and just kind of back over and just.
I
to
just
go
step-
in.
take some
There will be
steps
blood.
back.
There will be pain and lots of discomfort.
Of course, I'd expect nothing less, little Tuka.
Little Tuka.
Tuka.
I love it. Okay. Fuck. Oh my god. All right. At that point, we've
Now
been going.
that I'm done
yeah.
shitting myself, maybe we should think about hitting the road.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I like shift back into Gregory. Just. Whew.
Yeah.
I'm feeling like I can do anything today. Like, let's go. Let's run there.
Yeah, Stanislav, as you notice,
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Gregory
As I look at Gregory changing,
turn back into
form
himself.
to his-
Yeah.
I'm still Little Tuka, baby. Little
Hell
Tuka
yeah, little
Fist
Tuka
bump.
OG.
Little Tuka OG.
Little Tuka. Gregory turns back into himself, and Stanislav, you see your lantern now with all these just random bits and baubles attached to it, kind of just in his hand as he slides it into the mysterious toy box from which he seems to draw his power.
So that's what you did with it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, thank you.
Cool.
I didn't pay you for that, did I? I go into my little change purse. So I like.
Hold on. How about instead of
You didn't
paying
pay little
me
Tuka
or
either.
any of us for that, how about you pick up just a few health potions for us for the road for this trip?
Oh, yeah.
Realize that those could be potentially helpful.
That's probably a
Yeah,
good
it
idea.
seems really fair to make him pay 50 gold for health potions when you sold him a 2 silver lantern, but sure.
Don't.
Economics.
Hey, DM, call me
I also
Buddha.
dialogue.
Swindle our own party.
What was that?
The only reason
Allow us to swindle our own party.
I'm not stopping
you.
I
takes the
agree.
time to explain that he just bought a diamond to literally bring someone back from the dead. So
Okay,
Which is
good.
probably gonna be baby Gregory.
You can
Most
do
likely.
that now.
It's like the circle.
been
of
working on it for a long time. I mean, I need to see if it works. So actually, no. Hopefully not on none of you.
But yeah. of
Just kill
course,
some
yeah.
poor peasant along the way and just get a little testy. Maybe go visit Felonius and his family again. Give him another fucking heart attack. So as the group begins to pack their belongings and prepare for a day of travel, where they will make their way to Maiden's Rest, a very old settlement that has been entirely abandoned, and seemingly been having a number of issues recently, with people who wander too closely coming into contact with a varying amount of undead that seem to have been rising up in the area. We are going to take our break at that point as we begin this leg of our journey. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes, everybody. You made it, Deathmare, as we're starting to break. I'm so sorry. We'll be back in 10, though. We will just dive into this journey, possibly get some combat in so the players can play around with their new abilities, because we all leveled up last session. We're now sitting
I got
at
level 3
9.
spells, baby.
Woo! Hell yeah.
Ooh, what's
That's-
up?
Mantuka's forming a cult.
Yeah, it's true. And as the little Tuca, Gregory, and, oh wow, I love it. This is sexy. Look at you, you beautiful bastard. Anyway,
That's not my Tuca.
we'll be back.
BB Gregory.
BB
Is
Gregory.
now.
Okay. Wow. We'll be back in 10 minutes, folks. Please do stick around. We won't be long. See ya. We're back. What is up, everybody? So Harmony, the app we use for music is called Pretzel Rocks. It's like a royalty-free thing you can use for Twitch, or you can just pay a little extra per month and get like all license-free shit that I can upload to YouTube and stuff. So that's where I get all my music from mostly. We do Spotify during other streams, but for the D&D, because I like to have music in the back for all the VODs, we use Pretzel Rocks. I put the playlist together myself, using a bunch of stuff from their like cinematic collection and stuff, so check that out. There should be like a way to link it in chat. I don't know how to do it right now, so I'll figure that out another day. But yeah, so Pretzel Rocks is a good place to go, and it's like I think I pay like whatever it is per month for the subscription service, and it usually pays for itself in the end. So what are you doing, kitty? Powder's using the chair I bought for him. Anyway, picking up where we left off, we were just getting ready to leave town. I do believe we wanted to make one more pit stop before we go. So, what is the game plan? What are we doing?
Alive juice.
You have
Yes.
you need some alive juice. Okay, so we need some healing potions. So, you would know, having spent some time in the town, now there are two places where you are likely to find those. One being a very familiar location, Servant's Stash. While he does not make them himself, he does occasionally get them in and sell them at a little bit of a markup compared to other spots compared to what other spots might. Alternatively, that's also fair. Alternatively, there is a small alchemy shop in this town that you've kind of walked past, seen down the end of an alley a couple times, but have never actually gone in to check on the wares. So
Let's go to the sketchy alchemy shop.
I was
Yeah,
thinking
it's
going
quite
to the
nice.
general store and beating up the.
Beating up servant. Okay, that's fair. You can do that
No,
too.
he's nice. No beating up of the gnome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the really eccentric one.
Mhm.
Yeah, Mantuka almost ripped his arm off. It was funny, but I mean, I think that was enough.
Yeah. Whoa.
I was helping.
You were helping. You did a good job.
Right, big guy. Yep.
So,
Got a character. Gotta warn you guys. I'm gonna have to
Look at my tiara. It's
run off
beautiful.
in a few minutes.
wife's getting home.
Okay.
Yes, and also I've been cat sitting a cat for 6 months, and the owner is finally coming to pick him up. So
Okay, cool. Yeah, just step out if you need to. We can wait for you. The group goes together. You do see Servant Stash, like I said, and then down. I say alley, but it's still like the nice side of town. You see a kind of small, roundish-looking stone building with some small, high windows, and a fairly plain wooden door. And above it, you see a sign that's basically just a cauldron. With a kind of a ladle or spoon, almost something sticking out the top, and on it says "The Rusty Cauldron." And this was actually made by one of our viewers, Kieran Shikata, who is not around at the moment. I think he's doing his stream stuff right now with Topkey. But yeah, so he made this shop. This was designed by him, and yeah. So you kind of open, like I said, it's this kind of roundish stone building with a very simple wooden shingled roof. And you kind of open the door, and your nostrils are immediately greeted by the smell of various herbs. The sound, the kind of like the mixture of herbs in a pot over a fire. Sounds like a broth almost. Smells like a broth, but not quite. It's more potion ingredients. This is something, Gregory, you're used to smelling in your father's shop, being that your mother occasionally worked with potions. And yeah, it kind of brings back the smell of home a little bit for you. It's not something you've smelled in a little while. And you walk in and you see an array of potions on shelves of varying colors and sizes, different herbs hanging from drying racks on the ceiling. And you see in the back what appears to be a small, you gather halfling figure. You think maybe a gnome from the start, and as you turn, you see he's a little taller, a little stockier, very short, kind of cropped gray beard that's quite well maintained, and just kind of like blue hat that kind of flops lazily to one side. And he's kind of standing over this potion thing, stirring it himself, while for everyone who's in there, you see next to him an almost familiar creation in a way to what you see with a named intern, Mr. Maker's assistant. You see a small robotic looking individual made entirely of metal with two brightly glowing eyes and a kind of mouth that operates on a very simple hinge system. And he's kind of watching intently, and every now and again he stokes the fire himself to keep this pot boiling.
I like give a little nudge to UI. I'm go mingle, and then I point over.
Go make friends.
Go mingle.
You want me to mingle, sir?
Yeah.
You didn't program me to make friends.
I didn't say to make friends. I said go mingle.
You just assume all robots want to talk to each other.
No, I'm telling you to go talk to that robot.
Is that an order?
Doesn't matter what you want.
That's an order. Okay.
Yeah.
He just accepts his fate, as usual. Unnamed intern, your robotic companion who follows you around, protects you and your companions, provides healing and protection. You just order him around as per usual. He goes over. And as, like, they're quite absorbed in their work. They don't even notice the door open, but as this small metallic figure kind of wheels his way over, or walks his way over, depending on which day he's either on wheels or he's walking. It varies with time. Kind of clomps over with his little metal feet. The other robot looks up from what he's doing. And there's no voice. He doesn't speak at all. You just hear kind of a series of whirs and almost beeps coming out of his mouth as he turns to this halfling individual and makes a series of noises. It mostly sounds like gears whirring in different pitches. It's very interesting. And as the noises are heard, you see the individual look up and see this other robotic creature coming toward him. Oh, that is fascinating.
Yours
Hello?
doesn't talk?
He looks up, sees the rest of the group. No, he doesn't talk. He mostly just he helps out. Yeah, I didn't.
UI, speak.
Hello, I am unnamed intern. I work for Mr. Maker.
See, that's a good plug.
Oh, that is fascinating. This one doesn't talk. He just kind of helps out around the store when I need him to. He's quite useful. He's very handy fellow. But I never figured out how to make him talk. And I also, between you and me, I purchased him off someone else. So I never really figured out how to get the inner workings going. But he's very, very, very invaluable. Okay, fuck off, Hellscorp. I see your chat. I see it, okay, and I will murder you. I will. A bolt of lightning will descend from the heavens, and I will murder you. I see your chat. Fuck you guys. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this. I quit.
I was hoping we could get some health potions.
I'm just gonna stop doing voices. I'm just gonna stop giving voices to my characters, and
No, never.
they're all gonna talk like this.
'Cause then
They're
what
all
will we
gonna
make
talk
fun
like
of?
this. They're all gonna talk like this now, just deadpan. Hello,
that's so sad.
welcome to my store. May I interest
No, we
you?
love it.
May I interest you in alchemy stuff? Do you want to fucking buy it? This is the character now. He sounds like this. Do you want to buy these fucking potions? No. Fuck you guys. Seriously. Don't make fun of my NPCs. How dare you? How dare you? But yeah. So he's helpful. How did you get yours to talk? I'm fascinated by that.
You're muted.
You're muted.
Yeah,
you're back.
Okay. Yeah, no, I just made him. I don't know. I can't give away all my trade secrets.
You can't Can't give away all of your trait. Okay. Well, good on you for making them talk. I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. What can I do for you guys? Are you looking to buy some potions? I got plenty. I got plenty of potions around.
Yeah, that'd be really nice, please. We're mostly looking for the kind that makes bad hurt healing.
I'm not sure what you're trying to say. You want healing potion? Oh, why didn't you just say
exactly.
that? Why didn't you just say that then?
Sorry. We have money.
That's good. Yeah. Generally, you need money to buy things. So healing potions. You said just regular, greater, superior. What do you need? I got it. I got it all.
Well, regular would probably do. Look at the group just to get back up, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's, I think, what we were thinking.
Okay. Tell you what. Basic healing potion's gonna be about 50 gold pieces there. Nothing too expensive there. Just your 50 gold pieces. If you want something a little better, we got greater healing. 150 gold pieces for that.
I think the regular ones will do. Just 2 of those would be great.
2 though? Are you sure?
Yeah.
2?
Make it 3.
3?
Oh,
You want 3? Okay, cool. 3. That's 150 gold pieces. But since you're buying in bulk, I'll knock a discount on 145 gold pieces, and they're yours.
well, that's wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're a saint of a man.
Yeah, Hell's Corp, you have advantage on your next roll
All right.
Nice.
from Cerberus. So I believe that Stanislav, Mr.
Yeah,
Maker,
I'll pull up.
and Mantuka, who all have advantage. And I have disadvantage twice. So
And we get to pick when we get
I'm
our
glad I
advantage
haven't made
now.
any rolls today. Yeah, you can just pick when you use it. Fuck it, I don't care.
Nice.
I don't care. But if you don't use it by the end of the game, it does not carry over to next week.
Yeah,
that's the only roll. That's the only roll.
Nice.
So 3 potions.
Okay,
He kind of like sticks them out on the table. They're all like a varying shade of red. Some are a little deeper than others. Just kind of varies based on the batch. These all do the trick for you. Only 145 gold pieces each. Yeah, no problem.
I look to Stan. I got 90 gold.
Yeah, Stanislav will pull up the other 55.
Heck yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, no. You just do you want them bagged up? You just gonna take them yourselves? What do you want?
Oh, I will just take him here, and I kind of hold him and I'm out to the group, just like shaking. Just somebody take 1 or 2. I'll hold one again.
He's trying to hold all 3 of them together as they're kind of clinking together. You guys distribute those healing potions however you see fit.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab one of those.
Okay.
Toss it in the old man satchel.
The old man satchel. Okay, yeah, I never heard that before.
I want to grab one real
Okay.
quick.
Yep.
From Gregory?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
grab one and look over it very intently. That's it for now.
What are you looking intently at?
I want to know. I want to try to use my big brain to figure out what's inside of it.
The
and
potion?
how to make it. Yeah,
Are you proficient with herbalism kit?
I am not. I am proficient with alchemist.
That could, I believe you could use either to make healing potions. I think the herbalist ones are just more naturally based. I don't know the list of precise ingredients, but you're gonna make me an alchemy check, or not alchemy,
Yeah.
Also
Arcana
put
check,
the last
please.
one in the
Arcana
box.
check.
Arcana check, please. Last one in a box. You want it in a box?
No, I say to Gregory.
Yeesh.
Oof, that's rough.
Yeesh.
Also rough. Use that advantage. So with your flash of
There you go.
genius, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
14. You can ascertain basically what you need to make it. It's going to take some practice to get the mix right. You definitely figure out the ingredients. It's a number of fairly basic herbs mixed together and boiled at a specific temperature, but it is going to take some practice to get the recipe correct. Eventually, I do allow players in terms of like if we do off time, if you guys get a month off in campaign time, you can spend that time trying to acquire a new skill and proficiency with stuff. It can take longer or shorter based on how you roll at the time. But yeah, I have many disadvantages. But yeah, it seems like a very well made healing potion. This guy seems to very much know his stuff. Very qualified. If there's anything else I can get for you, we have quite a few other potions kind of kicking around. You know, we got a lot. I'm kind of just working here by myself all day. What do you need? Look around. And he just gestures to the shelves. You all see like little cards by each different potion explaining what type it is. You see You see one that's just labeled Alchemist's Fire. You see basic poisons that are all labeled independently. You see a potion of climbing, water breathing, growth, resistance against poison, resistance against necrotic, potion of gaseous form, speed, and like depending on how long you're willing to look, there's like a fairly sizable list of stuff you can buy here.
What does the growth do?
Are you asking him or are you asking the DM?
I'm asking him.
Okay. So
And you.
basically, you drink that, and you can either you gain the enlarge effect of the enlarge reduce spell. So you get bigger than you already were, and it'll last for anywhere from like 1 to 4 hours, and you'll be a size bigger.
Sure.
Normal size Mantuka!
I was kind of hoping
No
for
more mini Tuka,
specifics
dude.
on how much bigger I'll get.
Out of character,
Yeah.
1 size bigger.
Okay.
Yeah, so I believe enlarge makes you you double in all dimensions and your height is multiplied by 8.
Holy fuck.
So and essentially you go from medium to large or small to medium.
Sure.
Yeah, so you'll get pretty big if you drink that. Yeah, especially that guy or that guy. And he points at like Stanny and Mantuka. And like you're kind of a small version of that guy. You'll get bigger too, you know. You'll get much bigger. Those muscles will really fill out. Yeah, you're still Mantuka form. You've just been wandering
What do you
around as
mean?
mini Tuka.
Stanislav takes like a pretty decent amount of silent offense at saying those muscles will really fill out because he's yacked already.
No, he's talking to Mantuka.
Oh,
He's talking to
okay.
baby Tuka. He's talking
to
about.
little Tuka.
He acknowledges your muscles, okay, Jim Bro. Like he notices the swole.
I've got
He
muscles,
respects
by
the
way.
swole.
Knowledge
They're just
But yeah, you're like small, wiry muscles. Yeah, exactly.
Small.
Well, no,
Small.
I
They're proportionate. Yeah, they're
I'm
proportionate
to what.
but you're still
Mantuka
small.
looks like.
Yeah, you're still
but I'm
small. You're just very lean. So yeah, that one will basically just make you big for a little while. That one will cost you 270 gold pieces. It's really not that much. It's a measly sum.
Mm.
Can tell he's been spending a lot of time around fucking the only other halfling or gnomish person in town.
Stanislav
much was
twitches
it?
when he hears the word measly.
Yeah, we got all kinds of good stuff here.
270.
This one's really fun too, and he puts this potion that kind of has this kind of a yellow potion with like a black streaks and swirls kind of going through it. This one will make you real fast. It's a little pricier than the other ones, but it'll make you real fast. He seems very excited. God damn it! I fucking exited the shop. Anyway, damn it, dude. So that one is basically like the label on it says potion of speed. So essentially gives you the fucking haste spell after you drink it. So yeah, do you want any of them? Can you afford any of them?
That's
How
real
much for
Can
the
and
speedy
want to are
potion?
two different.
Well, big man, that'll be 400 gold pieces for you. It's steep, but it works.
Mantuka begrudgingly goes up, drops his coin purse, and then just grabs the fucking potion and puts it in his loincloth.
You drop your whole coin purse?
I don't think it's legit, my whole.
Okay.
Fucking solid a solid fucking portion.
Okay. You pour the 400 gold pieces out on the haze. Oh my. Oh my. Quinny. He kind of gestures to the robot, who he calls Quinny. And Quinny comes over and just piles the gold up neatly and then opens its mouth and just deposits it into its torso.
I'll fix that thing's voice box for this potion of growth.
You're gonna make him talk.
Yeah, I can make him talk.
I kind of like the quiet around here. Maybe he deserves a voice. Okay. Quinny, you think that's a good deal? And Quinny kind of looks up at him, opens its mouth, and you just hear as the gears begin just spinning at varying speeds inside, quite excitedly, mind you. So roll me a persuasion check on that one, please.
Okie dokie.
270 gold pieces. I gotta fucking compare. Tell you what, I'll knock 100 gold off of it.
What if I flashed of genius that?
Knock 150 gold off of it. So this is now $100 potion.
Okay.
100.
Okay.
Yeah. 120 gold pieces total is 270.
All right. That time I mentioned before is now, so I'll be right back.
Cool. All right, so
all right.
you
I'm sorry.
strike.
No,
No,
that's
you're good. Absolutely, you strike up your deal. When are you gonna be? Well, we'll discuss it when you come back. You're gonna have to fix his voice box. I love how he just fades into the distance with this fucking video effects. So,
And Riff Raff is still there in his place.
yeah, it's nightmarish in every single fucking way possible. You all buy your potions. You have 3 potions of healing now. You have a deal pending. I'm curious as to how he's going to spend the time doing it, but we'll get to that when he gets back. Is there anything else anyone wants to do while we are in town? While we have some time to fill here? Are we looking for any horses? Oh, how are we planning for the travel? What are you guys doing to make this travel a little easier?
Yeah, so we don't have a map, do we?
No, you have a map of the Imperium, a very basic one.
Yeah.
You have not actually purchased a map of this region yet.
I'm guessing we get that at...
You know.
yeah.
You know where you get that. You know where you get that map. Yeah, absolutely.
Can we just fast track it? Do we have
Yeah,
to?
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
No. Fuck you. Fuck you. I like making these NPCs. They're fun for me. This is where I get to have fun. Can we just skip it? Yeah, you can absolutely skip it. So you go in. Normal, again, quite excited as per usual. Yes, what can I do for you? And yeah, you. I'm gonna say for how good do you want the map to be? Highly detailed, minor details.
Highly detailed.
Okay, so for a highly
Will serve
detailed
us
map,
better.
you're looking at 2 gold pieces.
That's fine by me.
Yeah.
I paid
So
man.
he hands you this rolled up sheet. Like it's fairly small. It's only about yay big. In terms of
It's in a
size.
little tube.
Yep. It basically hands you this like small map tube, and you pull it out, and you see a map of the kingdom of Eldris, the domain of the High Lord. Starting from just below Southwatch, ranging all the way to just west of Riverguard, and as far north as a mountain that you see labeled. 1 second. I haven't looked at this lore in a minute. Oh God. That's
Yay,
not
new
it.
lore.
It's just like I haven't even visited this campaign section in so long. I literally just need a map of the world and I'm good. Wait, I have it on Roll20. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I was about to say put it up on the screen for all to see.
Well, okay. So yeah, basically your map is that one. The same map I've been using as a map for everybody. Though it does go a little bit further to the north past Ravencrest. But that is a town you are not actually familiar with. So just checking the name. Okay, so on the map, you see a couple places you did not know about in terms of your travels here based on the directions you were given and what you learned about it. So there is a town further to the north at the base of the Boundary Mountains known as Ravenscrest, which is, you gather based on the art, based on the drawings, appears to be a fairly small, like, lumber-based town. Doesn't appear to be much. And then it goes as far north as a very tall mountain called Galder's Seat, which, if anyone wants to have a look at the map and make me a history check, you can figure out what Galder's Seat is. That's up to you guys.
Okay.
I probably don't have requisite knowledge even close to sparking something.
Fair.
I'm gonna roll.
Okay, so anyone above a 15. Actually, yeah, 15, because it's not the most held knowledge.
Just Mr. Man.
No, I'm gonna say, Mantuka gets it too, above a 13. Galder's Seat is one of 3 kingdoms on this continent that are ruled by dwarves. It is one of the last 3 known dwarven strongholds, and is the only one that is still actively in communication with the world above for the most part. While there is some trade-off happening with the people of Mayora and the Halls of Belrund, that seemingly is beginning to that relationship has seemingly begun to sour a little bit. So you know Galder's Seat is the largest of the 3 dwarven kingdoms on this continent, and has been ruled by the descendants of Galder for probably the last 600, 700 years or more. Generally speaking, they do a lot of trade with the people in Highguard, and kind of the southern kingdoms, but they do still kind of keep to themselves. It's rare you see members of their military leaving. Sometimes they do send out very, craftsmen, and stuff who can like leave to seek their own adventures and other stuff. But generally speaking, it is quite a cloistered community, and it is very, very tight knit. And it is also home of 2 of the 3 great dwarven craftsman clans, which none of you rolled high enough to know. But
not even by 17.
Nope. That's deep. That's deep dwarven lore. You need to know a little more about it beyond a surface level. But you do know it is a dwarven kingdom. It is arguably the largest one, the wealthiest of the 3.
So can somebody catch me up as to why we rolled history checks on this place?
I purchased a map,
Yeah,
a very detailed map of the area.
So you now know the location of Galderseat, as well as Ravencrest and Goldbrush, which is a farming town kind of tucked near the edge of the Daggerwood Forest, in between Rivergarden and Redwatch.
And we know that we're supposed to be going to Maiden's Rest,
Maiden's Rest, which is also on this map. So looking at the map now that you guys are looking at on Roll20, you can see Maiden's Rest is this like tiny little settlement drawn on this kind of little outcrop of stuff here right before where the Spark Peak Archipelago starts. And from, if you guys want to roll me another history check, you would know a little bit about the lore of there. That's up to you though. Everyone's rolling great on history. Gregory's killing it. Okay. Based on that, Gregory, and anyone who
having players who can actually succeed on history checks.
Yeah, God, yeah, it's rough. Oh, that was brutal during your game, dude. I felt so bad. Not a single history check was rolled successfully that day. So,
I
anyone
lowered
for
the DC on all of them too. They were all 15s. I lowered them to 10. You still didn't get them.
I'm playing a stupid ass character. I'm literally a cleric. And I'm just there to smash things and heal people. So, Gregory, you're familiar with Maiden's Rest. You've heard stories about it growing up. It was once a extremely kind of bustling trade hub, kind of like between the mainland and the Spark Peak Islands to the southwest. There's a great, very tall, very well-built lighthouse that was once stood there hundreds of years ago. But over time, during the periods of war between the different countries and the kingdoms to the south, it kind of became a frequent area for attack. Both in terms of pirates and people coming from the south and the oceans. So it very quickly became abandoned and eventually got down to essentially a skeleton crew of enough people to man the lighthouse on shift and a few guards to protect it. But even so, you know, probably in the last 15 years or so, they've decided that the resources spent to keep it guarded were probably no longer worth the effort to do so. So it was left abandoned. Except for one measly lighthouse keeper and his family who took up residence there to ensure the lighthouse stayed lit. However, the quest you're currently on was basically started when this individual came screaming into town, running at full speed on his, or galloping at full speed on his mount, that the dead had begun to rise and the dead had come to Maiden's Rest, and his family had been put to the sword by some mysterious undead creatures, and basically went on this huge elaborate story about this massive conflict that had happened there before he managed to escape by essentially climbing down the coastal cliffs and making his way along the coastline until he came to Southwatch. So it's been, Rye, you have advantage on your next roll. Every single player except Mr. Maker now has advantage because he used his.
Listen.
Yeah.
What am I?
You gave us this quest?
This was the temple. Remember, after you got your curse lifted,
Yeah,
the curse of the twisted tongues was lifted on you. The Chapel of Torm, I think it was, God of Courage and Self-Sacrifice, essentially said that there had been some reports of undead and some strange happenings going on, both there and on the road to the location. So
it's been a while since we've heard anything about it. Should we stop by the temple again just to see if they have any new information on their way out?
Up to you guys.
Yeah, that'd probably be good to probably tell them that we're heading that way now.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Someone will know at least where we are, and that hopefully it'll get dealt with.
Way to look for our bodies. I mean...
Okay, let's talk. Let's go.
Our
to
wake of
temple.
bodies.
Well,
yeah.
before then, the little growth potion dealio.
Oh yeah, we need to deal with
yeah.
that. So
How about we'll go to the temple while you do this.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is a project. Like, this might take a bit.
That's
So You guys head out to the temple while Mr. Maker kind of sticks behind to kind of take a look at this animatron, or this what's the word? This small robotic figure, seemingly going by the name of Quinny. Essentially, the deal was you fix his voice box, you get $150 off the potion you're attempting to buy, making it only 120 gold. So, first I need you make
said it was
me.
only 100.
I said they got 100 off. It was original, or you got 150 off. It was originally 270, so it comes to 120, not 100. That's my mistake. So I'm gonna say I need you to make me a Tinker's check using intelligence as a modifier and your proficiency bonus to try and figure out why it is the voice box on this creature is not working properly.
And that's +4 and then +5, so +9.
17. Oh shit. Okay, 22. Does not take you long to figure out. It's a very basic, very simple design flaw, and you're not sure if it was an accident or if someone just didn't put it in or just never bothered to do so. Like it was either an accident or laziness.
Sure.
But you do ascertain that it would probably only take a little bit of enchanting time and some resources sunk into it to get the voice box fully functional, as this is an arcane being. So at this point, I'm going to say make me an Arcana check.
Okie doke.
Mm-hmm. Jesus. 29. I'm Flash of Genius or no?
No.
Doesn't really matter. Okay, so 24 is solid. So with that, it's going to take you about an hour. It's fairly minimal. It's very simple work. You're essentially just generating sound at this point. You spend a good chunk of time kind of opening up the little throat cavity on this thing, tampering with some spears, spending time infusing a little bit of your magical energies into it.
And putting big old subwoofers on him.
Big old subwoofers? Okay, cool. He's got the banging
every time he
beats.
talks.
Boom, boom, boom. Okay, cool.
Every time he talks.
All right.
Low.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you're trying to put in the finishing touches on there, you take your tiny little screwdriver and you turn one last gear, and as it locks into place, you close it. The robot looks up at Snogs, the owner. And with this great booming voice far beyond the size of this small mechanical creature, he says, "Hello, sir." And you see like some of the potions on the shelves begin to tremble and some of the glass begins rattling together.
Mr. Maker's losing his shit.
Yep. Snogs is like, well, you did say you'd make him talk. Are you happy with that, Quinny? Yes, sir, I am. And as he's speaking, the whole building begins to vibrate. Stanislav, Mantuka, and Gregory from like several streets away, you just hear this kind of vibrating bass tone that kind of warps and shifts. And you have effectively made Quinny. You see Snogs is just like, yeah, maybe we'll keep the talking to a minimum, but it's good to know you're able if you need to.
And you're never gonna expect this. I also include a little Bluetooth feature. That is to say, this tooth here is blue. So.
Oh, nice. I like it. A little flair, a little panache. Does it do anything?
No, it's just a Bluetooth.
Oh man, cool. People love Bluetooth.
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's usually a feature I include into my projects.
That's good.
It makes people feel better.
Okay, cool. No, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming in here and improving on Quinny. Yes, thank you. And the fucking building vibrates once again. He just kind of shakes his head. 120 gold pieces for the potion, then. We'll call it even.
All right.
He slides the potion of growth over to you. So you now have Mantuka, you have a potion of speed. You can add that to your inventory. And Mr. Maker, you have a potion of growth, which you can also add to your inventory. And the group of you make your way over to the Temple of Torm, the fairly well-made but small temple in the kind of northern corner of the city, in the northeastern corner. And you make your way in, and you are greeted by a very familiar sight. The standard kind of priests that you've seen in there before, going about their day, making sure things are well maintained. As you know, it is an open air temple. There's not really any walls, just kind of a circle of pillars, keeping it aloft. And it does get a little dusty in there, so they're cleaning fairly regularly. As you make your way in, you see the rather old dwarven woman that you've grown quite familiar with. The high priestess Dimnia. kind of standing there, and she sees you. She says, "Oh, hi! It's good to see you all again. How are you?"
We're good. It's good to see you too.
Yeah.
What can I do for you?
Well, we were just on our way out to Maiden's Rest to potentially, hopefully, deal with this undead problem. It's been a while since we last talked. Just wondering if you've heard anything new about it.
No new information so far, unfortunately. It seems like ever since the reports started to come in that things have got a little more violent over there. The road seems to be growing increasingly dangerous as more reports of people being attacked on their way in between the big cities here. Seemingly some things have even begin to kind of wander towards the area. We've had reports of strange creatures, possibly even a sighting of some kind of large humanoid-esque creature. It seems like the area is beginning to draw a number of different creatures to it. Not sure what to do beyond that. We know there's a strong undead presence around Maiden's Rest, but as it stands now, it seems there's something has stirred up the locals, in a manner of speaking, and yeah, there's even been reports of troll attacks on the road, so be sure to be careful. It's been a while since... Zoinks. Fair.
Might be an undead troll, and if there's anything I hate more, it's an undead troll.
I'm not sure about that, but we've definitely had some strange reports of things kind of popping up on that stretch of road. The guard was a little predisposed recently and unable to go check it out for themselves. Just be careful when you're going, please. I would hate if anything happened to you all.
Appreciate it. And we'll be on our way now.
Torm be with you.
Yep.
She kind of just nods, goes back to her business, and kind of returns.
And I just awkwardly, yeah.
Yep, it's always an awkward goodbye at this point.
Yep. And yeah, out we go, I guess.
Okay.
Onwards.
Right.
Undead. That's not exactly cool. That's kind of terrifying.
Sounds like a good challenge to me.
Yeah, we can do this.
Okay.
I'm gonna mentally
You can bring
call
back
a
to
cash.
life. It's a good day.
Yep. You mentally summon a Kesh, who's kind of just waiting about at this point. He kind of rides out, just gallops up to you from the tavern.
I've been letting him like just wander around outside.
Yeah, there's a stables at the
space
last
free and
watch
stuff.
too that he's kind of just been hanging out in, munching on the hay and stuff that's provided to him. Some apples. There is a stable hand who has been taking care of him as well, as he is a celestial horse and doesn't really need food or care in any way. He's kind of just all right. It seems like the kid who runs this, it was just a young boy from town. Seems quite enamored with your horse, and you notice that like every time you come out and find the horse, like its mane has been freshly brushed. And it's been well maintained. He even polished the saddle on it once or twice.
And he's in full shiny mode right now.
Full shiny, yeah, absolutely.
Last
Just
time I
golden
summoned him, I
coat,
think I did
golden hair, just shining in the day.
Also blowing in the wind like my hair does.
Always like Stanislav, the familiar golden warhorse. None of you else, no one else of you have any mounts, as far as I remember at this point.
Oh, I do. Hear me out here.
Okay.
Oh no.
So now, you see, Mr. Maker is back to Mr. Maker, and he fucking is on UI's back like a little mini bike, and he's just fucking very slowly. UI cannot move quickly with me on his back.
No,
but you just
20 feet a turn, like
yeah.
It's
you
bad.
See me like coming down the road at you past the temple. Hey guys!
Yeah, he's kind of got his like knees, like he's sitting, but his
like,
knees are very much like the Grinch when he steals the little car. He's driving around with that.
Yes.
You just see Mr. Maker buzzing towards you over the bumps. Roll me a dexterity saving throw, Mr. Maker. If we're role playing this, we're role playing it. Like, because... Okay, it's rough. Like, you've never ridden a motorized object with wheels. You're kind of bumping along. Your knees are sticking out. You kind of scrape on the ground. He comes around the corner a little too quick, guys. You see kind of one leg up in the air as he's attempting to balance himself. You just see UI kind of like just abject defeat in his eyes kind of wheel towards you. We've arrived, sir.
Good. That was exactly how I planned it. I just step off.
Is this going to be a regular occurrence, sir?
We'll see. I might fix you up a little bit.
We'll see.
Would appreciate that. You're starting to weigh a little more these days.
That's not nice. That's not a nice thing to say, you.
You don't pay me to be nice. You pay me to follow your orders.
I will drink this potion of growth and get back on you.
By the way, I don't.
Roll me an
I don't
intimidation
necessar-
check just for fun.
Oh.
Go ahead, Stanislav.
I don't necessarily need to ride a cash for
Flash of
speed,
genius, baby.
just because I like riding my horsey.
Fair. Mantuka and Gregory, what are you guys doing? Are you going to be walking it? Are you going to try to find mounts? We can buy horses fairly quickly. Just let me know.
Sure, I will buy a horse. that I will-
Which you will lose, probably, again.
Oh yeah,
Not a very
I will
large
eat it if I
horse.
have to.
100%.
Stupid
100%.
horses.
Okay. So I'm going to say altogether I mean, Gregory can kind of ride along with anyone at this point. It's up to you. If you want
Gregory
your own
can
horse.
turn into a fucking horse.
I'm not
I'll
sure
have,
what...
I'll have Gregory on a cash with me.
Yeah.
Gregory.
You, I'm going to say just for a basic draft horse, it's only going to be about, like, I think it's like 10 gold pieces. I'm not sure on the ruling. So I'm just going to say 10 gold pieces for now. You can get yourself a nice draft horse. It's probably too expensive, but what we're going to go with for now.
All right. I'll
A
pay
really
10
big draft
gold.
horse.
For something I'm gonna fucking kill or get rid of.
Yep.
Yay.
It's a life. It's a
Worst-
living creature.
Well, you're pretty-
Worst
you're fast,
case
aren't you?
scenario,
He is pretty fast.
Like,
He
pretty
is
fast, yeah.
Pretty quick. As quick goes.
I mean, like, we could
All
just
fails,
put...
I'll put it on my body. Like if it dies, I'll just use it as armor.
As armor. That is kind of your way. Absolutely. So
Yeah.
no worries. You've tracked down the what was it, the McCarty family, I believe it was. You bought your first horses from. You go back to them, and you buy another one of their old kind of Shire horses, these big hulking beasts of burden that you can ride about on. Probably the only horse that's capable of holding Mantuka's sheer weight and girth. And you essentially are given this very old looking, kind of time weathered dark brown horse with like a few spots on the face and kind of a lighter colored nose and a light brown mane, kind of just lightly flowing, very shaggy looking. It's very reminiscent of your previous horse, just maybe a little older looking.
Excellent. I'm gonna call you Bone Dust because you're probably not gonna make it.
Okay, your new horse Bone does. You mount out.
Hearing.
Between
Metal
What,
way to give a horse
what
a
about
name.
Mr. Maker there?
Mr. Maker has a fucking whip of his own, apparently.
Mhm.
It's a little slow.
Yeah, but I ain't spending more gold. I just bought a potion.
Yeah. Oh my
All
god.
right.
So the party
Give me some
makes...
rope. We'll just fucking attach it to my fucking horse's
Oh,
ass.
I want to
and
make a
shit.
little. I wanted to make a little sled, like a little dirt sled. Like, you know how you can like water ski? That's what I want to do behind the Mantuka's horse.
on UI.
No. Just
Okay.
like
Oh,
find a piece of wood.
I'll say UI can keep up with the mounts when you're not riding him
Yeah.
for now. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not even gonna have you roll for that. You essentially tie a rope around the flank of this horse and get it like just looped onto the saddle, and you stand on what is essentially a plank of wood.
Mhm.
And you're basically water skiing behind the horse. I'm gonna say roll me a dexterity saving throw
Sure.
Oh, +4 to that.
at
Make sure you get my bonus.
disadvantage.
Oh no.
That was a nat one, baby. Yeah.
So with the
I
plus
had a 20 and a nat one.
Yeah.
Why at disadvantage?
Because he is trying to hold on to the back of a galloping Shire horse
Okay.
from a piece of wood and some string.
This is not a piece of string.
And
It's
because I said
rope.
so. Period.
This is a rope. I
So
feel
you,
like that's oversimplifying the process here.
Is-
This is
no.
a highly thought out.
yeah, and
position.
there's going to be turds flying at you, like it's horses poo. So like you're trying to dodge poos on your way, and you kind of just like make your way behind this horse, and you're getting dragged along, and you're like, okay, this is working. This is working better than I thought it was. And as the group begins to turn the first bend on that road you see heading fucking westward out of Southwatch, you like are just flung to the side, and kind of like whipped off into the fields and whoosh, slide across the like gravel road into the
Take it.
cornfields, kind of taking some corn stalks to the face until you slowly slide to a stop. I'm going to have you take.
Oh
You
my
take
God.
you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage just from bouncing along the road and crashing into the field. Stream starting soon. Good to know. Good to know.
I forget that those are
Damage.
bound to my number pad. My bad.
No, that's fine. Unfortunately, you do not manage to maintain your grip. This is something you could
Sure.
try to do, but effectively, you're always going to be trying to surf on this thing behind a great horse, which is not something you're used to doing. So it's going to be difficult.
fucking
to do.
alright, I'll go back and get us one more horse. I'm gonna ride back.
Yeah, you literally got like
Residence
100 feet
really
out of
quick,
town.
Like,
Yeah, cool.
and
For a
get
smaller
another
horse,
horse.
I'm going to say just another 10 gold. Just keep it nice and even. And
Deal.
you get Mr. Maker a horse.
It is worth noting that Mr. Maker does not know how to ride horses.
Okay, good to know. Roll me an animal handling check, please. Mantuka had to do it first time here. Okay, you're
nice.
fine. As this horse kind of approaches you, you're like, oh shit, I've never done this before. You try to keep that to yourself a little. You act confident, as is your way. Mr. Maker doesn't like to show weakness in front of everyone.
course.
You approach this horse, and as you reach your hand out, it kind of whinnies back from you and gets a little shocked for a moment, and then kind of calms down as you're like, easy, easy. And you kind of just, you put your hand on its kind of forehead, and it kind of just nuzzles into it and gets used to you. And you begin swinging yourself up onto the saddle. It's a little awkward. A named intern comes over and kind of props your foot up and gives you a little boost. And you swing up into the saddle. You're unsteady. You're not used to riding a horse, but you gather that at least you have enough of a bond with this animal that's not immediately going to buck you off. And provided you're not doing any like hard galloping, you'll probably be fine to ride this horse for the duration of your journey.
Stanislav rides up next to you and gives you an apple to feed to the horsey.
There you go.
Trust me, that'll help.
I eat the apple.
Yeah.
As soon as you
as
hand it
the
to
apple's
me, I'm
handed, you're like, thanks, I was starving.
thanks.
And you just take a bite. Yeah, absolutely.
To be
Yeah.
fair, it didn't say how it'll help.
The group begins making their way westward along
Onwards.
this road. And as you do, you kind of come over this hilltop and look out again over a familiar sight of the Osrian Sea, the thin, narrow strip of sea between the mainland and the Spark Peak Archipelago. And you kind of just look out and you see the waves kind of caressing. You see some what appears to be dolphins or something swimming kind of in the distance, playing in the waves. And you kind of begin this leg of today's journey. We are going to take a 2-minute break here because I have to piss like Seabiscuit. So we're going to go ahead and I have to piss like Mantuka's horse. So I'll be back in a few. Please do stick around. We'll be back in
Piss
2
like
minutes.
bone dust.
Like bone dust. I have to piss bone dust. Absolutely.
Oh,
I'm setting a 2-minute timer. You guys got 2 minutes to do whatever you need to do. All right. We'll be back in a second, folks. We're back. What's up, everybody? Told you we'd only be 2 minutes. I do not lie to the chat. That's a lie. I lie to chat all the time. Even in that, in of itself, was a lie.
Nose
Anyway.
grows.
No. Something grew. Anyway, so
Whoa, wait a second.
Hey,
We're not just gonna go right past that. Do you see
Is
this
that a
little
singularity in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
You see
Both.
this funny little fella on the screen?
yeah, for sure.
He's not happy with that.
No, is he?
He's not happy with what you
Is he
just
not?
said.
Huh?
Never mind. He's
Shucks,
laughing. Look at him
sh-
go. He loves it.
Oh my
Yeah,
All right. So, you all began your day's travel from Southwatch. You do know, loosely, based on the area you're going, it is going to be a bit of a trip. It was about 2-3 days travel into the Daggerwood on horse. And being that you're all mounted, it's going to be 4 days time before you reach Maiden Rest. We're going to truncate a lot of that just for the sake of brevity. So the first 2 nights, I will say, pass without much issue. You're still fairly close to Southwatch. You haven't begun to kind of branch off into the harder to navigate regions of the road here. And you move fairly well. However, on the 3rd day, things begin to get a little more difficult. The road becomes kind of less maintained. The horse is still fairly easygoing with it, though there are a number of holes now you have to begin to avoid.
And as we like split off over here.
Yeah, you kind of are gonna more or less at this point coming up to there.
Okay.
The road is just beginning to be less and less maintained as you go on. You gather a lot of the trade goes from Highguard through the Daggerwood Forest, as it is a bit of an easier to travel road by cart. It is less rocky, there's less cliffs to deal with, and the inclement weather coming off the ocean can make it sometimes difficult for trade convoys to move with, a steady pace that you want to maintain. So, around the 3rd day is when things start to get a little more hectic. I also need someone to roll me a weather check, as we've had a few days go by. So someone go ahead and roll me a percentile.
Never again.
Never again.
I got it. I'll do it.
Please
I will
roll.
never roll the weather check ever again.
Please roll.
Let's roll it.
Okay, it's only a 21. So, you guys are met by beautiful summer weather as this journey begins and proceeds for the next couple days. The sky is blue, nary a cloud in sight. The days are warm and long, and the breeze is light and pleasant coming off the Osrian Sea, carrying with it kind of the scent of that nice saltwater air. And much of your journey truly is spent overlooking the beautiful expanse of water on either side of the continent. On the south, like I said, you have the Osrian, and then on the left, you have the I believe it was the Chaotic.
The shit sea?
It is the Chaotic Ocean. So you have the Chaotic Ocean over there, also kind of making its own spectacular view for you. Though you notice the water is significantly less blue and clear than the Osrian, even though they share pretty much a very distinct border. So I'm gonna need whoever is taking the lead today as the road begins to get worse to make me a survival check. Whoever is leading the party in this, just to kind of maintain the course and make sure they're taking the safest possible route. Anyone who wants to can make me a perception check to see what they see along the way.
Gregory's
Gregory and I
standing
will
up
lead.
on the back of a cache, holding on to Stan's shoulders, just looking around.
Okay.
Nice.
That's
I
And I'm looking at
second.
the map.
Why'd
as
you
well
roll a
while we're
persuasion,
traveling.
Mr. Maker?
What did I?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I rolled the wrong thing.
Ah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so this is good. Even with the +5, if you decide to do it, you're still quite low. So, 14's
I
okay.
don't.
You're gonna go with the 9? Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm going with the 9.
So,
Why is my perception roll not going through?
I don't know. Because
I don't see shit, is what we're hearing.
There it went through. 18.
there it is.
So,
Okay, sweet.
Gregory has taken the lead as the third day of travel begins to wind to a close, and you start making your way onto this thin strip of road. You notice now, like, essentially it turns left and kind of weaves along the top of a cliff overlooking the Chaotic Ocean, and then eventually kind of descends to walk along this very narrow cliffside path that kind of weaves along this small path leading towards Maiden's Rest, which you can almost see at certain points when you're coming over the hills. You do see the remnants of what used to like be a fairly large lighthouse, though it does appear to be mostly in ruins now, having been abandoned for a number of years. Or a number of, sorry. The lighthouse is destroyed, having been destroyed not a long time ago during one of the conflicts, and there is like no sign of life coming from that settlement, even from what you can see. There's no smoke coming out of chimneys, nothing. So it
By
does
the way,
appear-
Can I assist Gregory by like reading the map and helping him?
the roll
directions.
already happened, and you were making your own perception check during that
Sure.
time, so you were focused on your own business. You're not able to assist Gregory, unfortunately. And Gregory, as you kind of make your way along this cliffside path, you start to get a little road weary as the travel has gone on for now a number of days, and you've been kind of on lookout. You're always the one who's responsible for the survival checks, being the most nature-minded member of the group, and it kind of begins to wear on you by the third day. So
I'm
like
not
you're,
even looking at things. I'm just like darting my head
yeah,
around.
like you know that feeling when you go on a long road trip, you have multiple days of driving, by like day 2 or 3, you're just so goddamn cranky with the people you're traveling with, you're kind of just over it. Like you're getting to that point. You're kind of hungry, you've been living off trail rations for 3 days, you haven't really made any like real good meals. So you're like, I need to find a place to camp, and I need to do it soon because I'm tired. I am just done with today. So with that 9, with that natural 1 leading to a total of 9, I'm going to say you do find along this path what appears to be a fairly large outcrop of rock that the path weaves over, where it was like only about 5 feet wide and now opens up to about 30 feet, ranging in different sizes. It looks like a fairly commonly used campsite. There's even evidence of like very old campsites. Like there's old furniture here that was made at one point that is eroded over time and is now left essentially like a broken wooden bench that is so weathered with the sea moisture that like it is bent in half and broken, no longer sitting. There are what appears to be a stone circle where an old campfire would have been made and just never moved again, and it looks like this is a fairly reasonable spot to make a camp for the night. And then Mr. Maker. Oh man, Mr. Maker, you kind of look around here, like is there anything hazardous dangerous that I should be worrying about. Beyond that, which I've already like, this what is there? And you don't really see anything. You're like, there's no real shelter from the elements here. It doesn't look like there's anywhere anyone could ambush you. Looks like you're just all clear. This looks like a very reasonable spot to make a camp. Stanislav, as you're looking around, you've grown to trust Gregory, so you're sure this is a good place to camp. But you're not sure you trust Mr. Maker's judgment of the scenario yet, and you spend a little time looking around yourself. And as you do so, further along the cliff, about 30 feet up, you see what appears to be a cave entrance. Fairly large. Substantially large. Yeah, it's a fairly large cave, kind of begins sinking immediately downwards into the darkness. You have dark vision, I believe, only goes for about 60 feet, correct?
Yep, correct.
So at a certain point, it just becomes darkness, and you no longer see beyond that. So you gather it is quite a long tunnel.
Well, that looks interesting, fellas.
I
Pointed
like
out
the
to the
look
group.
of the bench. The bench looks good. That's a good bench. And I just go and I sit in the crook of it. And I just like
sink right, and like the wood is rotten and soft. It would almost make a good place to sleep if it wasn't kind of bent over and a little messed up.
Quick question for you.
Mhm.
Since it's been days since we left the town,
You guys have
Would've
all
been
had
a
several
long
long
rest
rests in
between-
this
yeah,
time.
okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
just wanted to make sure.
Cool. Yeah, you are currently, I can pull up a map for you here.
Can I look around now
We're getting
that?
into the evening time, so we'll use this map.
Can I look around now that we're at at the cave? I assume, like right around it.
Sure. So, the
See
cave
what's-
entrance is where I'm pinging right now. I couldn't really find one that looked good, so we're just imagining there's a cute, beautiful cave entrance there.
Imagination.
Okay.
Imagination. I'm
Stanislav,
going-
like, yeah,
this
approaching
right
the
here.
cave has this adventurous
This is the cave.
look in his eye.
Look at that. What a cave that is. It's beautiful, right, guys? It's
Mm.
totally beautiful. Totally beautiful. What's up, goblets and warlocks? Thank you for
so
swinging.
much cave.
Katana as well. We're doing good. We're just encountering this creepy cave. So what were you doing, Stanislav? Or Mr. Maker?
He goes,
Oh.
everyone want to go have a look at that?
Well, I kind of wanted to just look around, see if I saw any like loose stones or anything that was gonna kind of fuck us if we go inside this thing here.
Roll me a perception check.
Could that be investigation?
Roll
Can you
me,
be
yeah, absolutely.
specific?
You actually already rolled perception and failed it, so we're gonna use it. Yep, okay. You do. You find what appears to be just above it on a cliff, only about 10 feet above the surface, what appears to be a large boulder that looks just big enough that if it was pushed off and rolled in front of this door would seal it shut entirely. Not sure how it got up there. It doesn't look like it should be there, but it definitely was put there by something.
You guys see that thing that's obviously a trap? Or is that just me?
What? The thing that's a. Oh.
Yeah, Gregory,
Now that you pointed out,
you'd be sitting over here.
I like look behind me. I'm just. It looks like rocks.
Yeah, it looks like rocks. that,
Definitely just looks like basic rocks. Nothing exciting about that at all.
would 100% fit in front of that door, not allowing us to get out of that cave.
Oh, that would suck.
That would suck, dude.
exactly
Is
how
there a
big
way
is
to
this
get
rock?
up there?
Oh yeah, I mean you could climb the cliff. This is all sheer cliff faces, but there's lots of rocky outcroppings. It's not so much like the Imperium kind of cliff sides where it's like sandstony, very smooth. This is oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so the cliffside here, ranging from it's about a 10 feet up from here, and it's kind of see this right platform. It's not directly above it; it's like to the right. So they just puts it sideways and it'll roll in front of the door. So it's only about 10-15 feet up there, but like the cliffs here range from 15 feet up to these small outcrops to like the very top, which is probably about 80 or 90 feet above you.
I want
So
to
you're
try
kind
to
of on the
very,
slow path.
I want to try to very stealthily make my way up there using the grappling hook.
Sure. Stealthily.
Yeah, stealthily.
Okay, roll me a stealth check. Awesome. Well done. Well done.
Yep, that sounds about right.
So as you raise your new one of your new inventions to the sky, your grappling hook bracer that you've been actually really waiting to like bust out and use in a really cool way. I also need you to just roll me a straight d20. Actually, you know what? Let's say roll me a ranged attack, because this is technically a
okay.
projectile.
So, like with my like this. I don't know how to roll just a.
Sure, yeah,
ranged
we'll
attack.
just use your wrist crossbow. Well, the wrist crossbow has a +1, technically. So we're gonna -1. You still get a 19. So your fucking grappling hook does not fail, which is good.
Sure.
So you manage to easily just kind of raise it up, find the spot you're aiming for, and you all watch as this like thin cable of seemingly reinforced rope kind of begins whirling out from his wrist, and this grappling hook on the end makes its way over the cliff a bit further up than the area you were going to climb up to, and kind of giving you an easy way to climb on top, and just kind of seals in between two rocks in the side of the cliff face with a roll that good. Unfortunately, you haven't quite finished tweaking the design yet on it, and as you fire it, you just hear like a as the gears are just whirling loudly as this rope is being just extended from your wrist. And it is quite loud to everyone around. It's a loud mechanical sound as you hear the sound of gears kind of jamming against each other. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Okay. And you just, it does link its way in, and as it does it, you feel it lock, and you begin recoiling. And even as it's recoiling too, it's like, it's very, very loud mechanical whirring. But you do find yourself about 10-ish, 15 feet-ish up, standing next to this large boulder, which you can now see was 100% placed here, and even has on the back of it a large, like twig, or essentially what I say a twig. It's a tree. Sure. It is a small size. It is a small size tree that's just been wedged in here, and you could like pry down on and just have this rock roll in front of this cavern door.
Sure.
Everyone, roll me a perception check except Mr. Maker, who is busy doing this.
Okay.
Well, I was going up there to look specifically.
Okay. What are you looking for up there? This is unrelated to what you're looking for up there.
Sure. I was looking for any body that might be up there to like seal it, to be the one to seal it.
Go ahead with a perception check for that. 2, Mantuka, Gregory, Stanislav. Okay, Stanislav rolled low, so did Mr. Maker. Ikesh rolled like shit. Are you adding your flash of genius to that? I feel like I need to ask every time at this point.
No, I'm not.
Okay, there's no one around. Does not appear to be anyone currently available at that location to trap you guys inside, from what you can tell. The rest of you, as you're kind of standing outside listening to this happening, you hear the as the whirring sound begins to wind Hellscorp up, or Mr. Maker, up the side of the cliff. You hear from deep within the tunnel, you hear what sounds like voices. Loud voices, deep voices rumbling. What languages do y'all speak?
Celestial and Common.
Common and Minotaur.
Abyssal,
Like a
Common,
bitch I am.
Draconic, Elvish, Infernal.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Gregory?
Finish.
What?
Did you say finish?
Yeah, Finnish. Swedish. Elvish.
You speak Common and Elvish. Okay. Not one of you understands this language, but it sounds like a series of deep, guttural, like grunts almost. And you just can't even make out what language it is that's being spoken. But it sounds like two very distinctly voiced individuals sounding different. You can make out at least two voices with those checks, debating something back and forth and having a conversation in a language you do not understand, but they sound big.
Did
Those
I hear
voices
that
are carrying. With your 10? No. You were looking for something else up there. So that kind of just echoes out of the cave, and you're kind of standing above it now. They're only hearing it because they're like literally in the path of the sound.
Sure.
You guys definitely hear something large discussing with something else large at the end of the cavern, somewhere within some 60, 70, 80, or however many feet within.
Push the boulder down right now. Do it.
I'll try.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Roll me an athletics check.
Oh, boy. Can I maybe try to find a branch?
There's already
Or
one
something
wedged
to-
under it, ready to go. It's essentially a tree, but you could try. It's the
So,
closest
that
thing to a
wouldn't-
crowbar you're going to find.
Allow me to use an acrobatics on that, would it? I have a crowbar.
No, this is
I have a
pure.
real
This is
crowbar.
100% a feat of strength. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's
I will
fair.
allow you to
try.
acrobatics to climb to the top of the tree and try to jump on it and pry it that way without falling
Yeah,
on your ass.
I'm down with that.
Okay. Okay. I'll fucking allow it. Fuck it. We gotta hydrate if anyone has water.
Fuck it.
We gotta start getting the whole crew to have water to hydrate for these. Liquor counts as well. juice,
8 + 5.
liquor. 8 + 5. That's not going to do it, unfortunately. You climb to the top and you jump. And you jump. And you can see, you can all see, like, as he's jumping, the tree is flexing. Like, almost to the point you're worried it's going to, like, cartoonishly shoot him into the sky. It doesn't quite get to that point, but the rock does not budge. And you hear the voices now growing a little more frantic as there's a continued source of noise happening outside.
Ooh, can I,
Go ahead.
while on top of this, can I shoot the crossbow into the rocks and try to use it to help me pull it down?
The grappling hook or the crossbow?
The grappling hook.
So you're gonna like
Use the
explain to me
use the
how you're gonna
motors
do
to
that.
try to, so like shoot it into the ground, find a place to hook between the rocks, and then try to like use the motors alongside my
Okay.
kind of like try to torque me down to
Okay.
roll the boulder.
I'm gonna say this time it is an athletics check.
No, that's fine.
It was, I want to say, yeah, you know what? At advantage, because you now have mechanical objects helping you with this. You're using leverage and trying to get it all to work that way. Thank you for the
While he's doing this,
by the
I
way, Harmony.
draw my weapon and step to the side of the cave.
Yeah, you just pull out the, it's the war
Battle
axe,
axe.
battle axe
Nat
that you've
20,
been
baby.
using, and you start spinning it.
Nat 20 down to 18, but
Okay.
it is a nat 20.
Yeah, this is down to an 18. Oof. Yeah, we still don't do the crit successes on skill checks. I kind of want to start, maybe just for fun, but an 18 is still completely reasonable, and it is enough to do it with the help of your jumping on this twig and your grappling hook now kind of like latched onto the rock with the wire pulling taut against this. You got gift of advantage from Soda Pop as well.
Thank
for
you very
one
much.
of your rolls coming up. The rock begins to every time you jump on this twig. And to the rest of you, this is quite comical. Like, he's slamming his elbows down. Unnamed intern is watching. He's, I'm going to remember this. And at a certain point, the rock just comes crashing to a stop in front of the door.
Have I seen anything in the cave, like making its way out towards us yet?
Your dark vision only goes to 60 feet.
So no,
I will
not
say,
yet.
you can make me another perception check, anyone who wants to see or hear what might be coming for you.
I assume I am not.
Gregory rolls a nat 20, and Stanny rolls a nat 1. Wow, that's awesome. Stanislav's like, yeah, this looks all good. This is fine. Gregory, however, you hear, even as Hellscourt or as Mr. Maker, God damn, I'm doing that a lot today. I'm sorry. As Mr. Maker is jumping on this fucking log, and you hear the whirring from his thing, as it just like, you see little bits of smoke coming out of his grappling hook as it's trying to fucking use its mechanics to just shift this rock. And you hear coming from within the tunnel now a yell. A commanding yell, and then you hear almost Mantuka like footprints, but bigger, thundering towards you down the cavern. And just as you think, because you don't have dark vision being a human, just as you think you see something, just a shadow moving, a towering shadow moving through the little bit of light is kind of seeping through from the surface. The rock just falls to the side. And as it does, you hear, now muffled behind it, the rest of you becomes very obvious as well, as something just increases speed and runs full tilt.
I step fully to the side.
Yeah, I do that,
So
and as I
15.
do, I open up the toy box, and you see just the same
As you do it.
Immediately.
sashioed man.
Hold up.
coming out of
This
the
is
box.
already happening. This is already, you guys all did your stuff.
Well,
He's
I was
just
gonna-
running. You just, all you hear is, and then the entire rock breaks out. He rolled a 21
Damn.
total on his check, and he just shoulders the rock, and it shatters into pieces as this massive hulking form of a cyclops, followed by another slightly smaller, very clearly female cyclops, comes sprinting out of this cavern towards the group of you with great clubs in their hands. And that is
This
gonna
is not
be-
Biclops the Cyclops.
This is going to be where we pick up next week. The start of
Okay.
the Cyclops encounter. As
Oh,
you are all
geez.
just step out of the way as this rock explodes and pieces come flying towards all of you. You guys did say you moved, so I'm not going to have you roll dex save because you got out of the way in time. But you are now faced by the sight of two massive, hulking, giant Cyclops standing in front of you with clubs ready to just absolutely go to town on you. And that's
I
where
was
we're going to
try
end.
to like web it
That was my next option. Was
That
try to,
wouldn't have
like, find a
mattered.
weapon.
That wouldn't have mattered at all. You guys essentially, to put it in perspective, you just close the door. They use this to just like seal up the entrance when they're resting. Like you guys effectively just like walked up to a house with an open door and slammed it.
Fuck your door.
I'm so
That's
Look,
a nice
hey,
looking door you
it
got
seems
there.
Uncomfortable that you would smash through your own door instead of just fucking opening it.
Yeah.
We get another rock.
There's other rocks to be got.
What if I came into your house and slammed your cupboards, huh?
Yeah, but like if somebody's outside my house and they close my door, I'm not gonna smash my door open to try to.
Bro, they're
fucking get 'em.
cyclopses, okay? You're far more intelligent than your average cyclops. They perceived a threat, and then
That's
something
what
tried to
you
lock
say.
them. Something tried to lock them in their house, and they're not happy about it. So you guys are gonna have to deal with the cyclops next week. So at that point, we're gonna call it today, and I'm gonna see if good old Rusty is still doing his 24-hour stream. He's trying to do a 24-hour stream for charity. So usually we like to raid out on D&D community members, but good old Rusty has been a really good supporter of the stream. He's been a real homie, and I appreciate all the time he's been spending around here. And he's trying to do his first long stream, so we're gonna go over there. We're gonna show some love, and be sure to let him know that Superior Rusty and the cross country compatriots sent y'all over there for me. So we appreciate you guys. We'll see you next week for our big epic Cyclops fight. I'm looking forward to it. See you guys.
Boom,
Have a
baby.
good one.